Hello, and welcome to episode 124 of the Cinephellas podcast. That's right, Cinephellas, the only place where after watching James Wan's new movie, I guess we can say two heads are better than one. All right, Logan, so I don't want to start the podcast off on a negative note, but they're remaking one of your classics. How do you feel about it?
Oh man, I'm pretty pissed about it. Another movie we don't need, especially Noah Jupe and Jade Martell. Come on, young kids playing vampires. It's just not going to work. They're probably not going to have mullets, so I'm not on board with it.
Yeah, I'm not on board with it either. I feel it's going to be very Netflixy.
Yeah, a CW or some shit.
Yeah, I was going to say the CW. Don't give them too much credit. They might have mullets because I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I was where was I? In TJ Maxx, and a lady had a mullet in 2021. So it's possible.
Oh, you live in Florida, right?
Yeah.
That explains it.
Okay.
Yep.
They're making a comeback though. Mullets. There's a guy at the wedding last night that had a mullet, so people are doing it.
Was he fun? Or was he
Huh?
boring? He fun? He was fun?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I feel if you have a mullet, you have to be fun. You can't be like boring.
Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's a comedian I like that has a mullet, Theo Von. He always rocks a mullet. He's pretty funny. Yeah, you've got to have a good personality if you're going to have a mullet. Either that or, people aren't going to look at you too kindly.
Like that Family Guy character, Buzz Killington, but just with the mohawk. Or a mullet, yeah. So, but Logan, who do you think, did they have any people from the cast? Like, I know the two guys you announced, but who are the Frog Brothers?
I don't know. That's only two people that I think they have announced. So I'm not sure.
It's a girl. One of them is a girl.
Is there a director or is this them? Is this the stars? Now, for now.
I think there was a director announced too. I'd have to look it up, but I don't know. Who are they going to play? They could be, they could technically be the Frog Brothers. They could be vampires, I'm interested to see who they actually play.
I could see Noah Jupe as Michael because he's got like the earring, the cross earring and the longer hair, curly hair, kind of like him. The other guy, Jaden Martell, I could see him playing Sam Emerson.
Yeah.
Michael's brother, but
they're not that much younger than, they were in the original Lost Boys. I mean, a little bit younger, obviously, but I think like Kiefer and Jason Patrick were only in their younger 20s, if that.
Yeah. I was reading.
Saxophone player.
Oh, yeah. I know. You got to bring back the original guy, get them all juiced up with TRT, oiled up under the boardwalk.
Still believes.
I still believe.
Yeah, it looks like Jonathan Entwistle is directing it. I don't know who that is.
He did. I'm not okay with this. That Netflix movie with Beverly from It.
Okay. Yeah. I remember seeing the preview. Did you watch that movie?
The End of the Fucking World. He did.
Oh, nice.
The series.
That was a good series.
And those both are Netflix, so this may be coming to Netflix.
Huh.
We have to make a deal with them.
I saw that Alex Winter was tweeting about the Lost Boys remake. He says, "Go mullet or go home." You guys remember he played Marco in the original movie? He had the mullet, curly mullet. So get the mullet.
We know we've seen those, the cheesier sequels that we got, and obviously they brought back Corey Feldman. So they already went with the nostalgia. Those didn't have as big of a budget or like an ambitious director. So, I mean, if they have somebody like this director Entwistle and these kids coming off some pretty big movies, I mean, I'm at least interested to see what they come up with. Obviously, the director's not going to be able to consult with Joel Schumacher, which sucks.
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to depend on the script and who they're going to get for the villain and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they just got to make it homoerotic. The original. That's all they got to do. Gotta have a.
Hey, wasn't that the movie with the saxophone guy also?
Yes.
Yeah. So that guy, who's gonna play the saxophone man?
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's the question. I know.
Some UFC fighter or something that's all jacked. I don't know. A wrestler, I should say. Probably makes sense.
I like those two guys. I like Jaden and I like Jupe. They're good actors. I think
Yeah.
At least they'll be good, good performances.
Yeah. I like Jaden Martell. I don't know about the other kid yet because he was in A Quiet Place. He didn't really have much dialogue. You know what
Did
I
you
mean?
ever see? He was in the movie that was supposed to be based on Shia LaBeouf's life. What was it?
Honey
called?
Boy.
Honey Boy.
Yes, Honey
Honey
Boy.
Boy.
Yes, and he was good. Yeah, I liked him in Honey
Yeah.
Boy.
Okay. I'll give him a chance then. But until we see like a trailer and pictures or anything, I'm like, nah, not too happy about it.
I only saw this. I only saw it once, so I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. I just haven't seen it a lot, but we'll wait and see what happens with it. Because again, like Logan, you were saying, as long as until we see like trailers and like the whole look of it, I don't really know how to feel about it yet.
No, but when they announced that news, I just pictured Logan like just throwing something up against the wall.
That's pretty much what
Yeah.
happened when he sent us a text about it. I'm like, give me the names. I'm gonna track them down and beat them up.
Yeah, that's
Don't-
like blasphemy for you.
Yeah, just like
We traveled all the way to California to go to the boardwalk and
yeah.
to go to Grandpa's house and everything. When
Yeah.
when Logan lived out in Vegas, we took a trip to Santa Cruz.
Yeah. That was one of the coolest trips ever. And just
Yeah.
being there, seeing where they filmed is amazing. Like words can't describe it. It was just a great feeling. Something
Yeah,
I'll
that-
never forget.
Do they have any like Lost Boys stuff? Like, I don't know, like stuff around there, like from the actual movie, like props that they have on display or something?
Not that we saw, no,
no.
just like the same kind of the same boardwalk. Obviously, was the same with a lot. What are those rides, Logan? You go
You go
on
up,
the
yeah.
cables.
The cable rides. Yeah, that was pretty much
Yeah,
the
the
same.
Ferris wheel.
They had the comic book store there, but it was closed when because we were there at night.
Mhm.
We got there later, well, in the day and then at night in the boardwalk, but it was closed. But supposedly they have a few of the comics from the movie Vampires Everywhere is on display there, the comic book store.
Oh, cool. And Henry, you mentioned the sequels. Those sequels are really sad.
They're trash. Yeah, I know.
They're fucking bad.
Yeah,
Well,
I think I saw the second one, but I don't even think I watched the third one. I didn't bother just because that second one was so bad.
Yeah, it was called The Tribe, and then they had
Yeah.
I forget the other ones.
Yeah, and I think wasn't it Kiefer's like cousin or something was the head
Yes.
vampire.
Angus Sutherland.
Angus.
This is like it's his half brother or something.
Yeah.
Angus, like Angus beef, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Angus Sutherland.
and who he's really like what, the third cousin or something?
Probably, yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure Kiefer doesn't even speak with them, probably.
Yeah, after those movies, yeah.
I will say that that guy's acting career didn't really go anywhere after that.
No.
Angus. I haven't seen him in anything since.
And Henry, you want to talk about Candyman? Because I was telling Kevin a little bit about it, but I want to hear what your thoughts are.
Yeah. So did you watch the new one then? You just saw the new one
Yeah, I
for
saw
this
it.
weekend?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I had a blast with it. I went in, not the first one I watched a long time ago, so my expectations weren't really high, but seeing the trailer and everything, and I like Yahya Mateen as an actor, big up and coming guy. So I was interested to see. But yeah, I had a really good time in the theater. I liked how, like I said, like I mentioned before with you guys, I liked how it was directed. Thought it was directed really nicely. Very intimate with the characters. And I like how they tied in this story to the original one. I like that little twist that they did on it. And just the mythology, how they made it more relevant to what's going on now in the world and the times. I thought they did a really good job with that. It felt very relevant with what's going on. And with Cabrini Green and all that, I liked how they revisited where that is now, because they tore all those down, the housing projects there. And now it's just like big, basically
High
for
rises.
high rises. Yeah. For, upper to middle class people. So, which forced everybody that lived there out at the time when they tore those down. I thought it was good. I liked how it was more psychological. I liked how it dealt with the psychology of Candyman and how it changed that and played on the horror of, what's going on.
Kevin, before we started recording and I said, I'll be back. Yeah, I actually went to go tell my parents because we all saw the movie together about what you said with the mirror, like the
Yes.
beginning. Yeah, because I didn't get that, and me being a caveman, I'm like, the TV's broken. Yeah, I didn't get that. So when I left, I'm like, oh, Kevin just said that, and they were like, oh.
it It took me a while, even when the movie started, like the first scene where you see the kid walking across the street. I'm like, wait, is this still backwards? Or like it messed with me, and it set the tone for the movie perfectly.
Yeah, because I went back and I even like went back and forth and like, it's still broken. Then I'm like, oh, it finally clicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the movie a lot. I do think you should watch the original first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else? The guy with who owns the laundromat, he was in the Ma Rainey movie. I don't know the actor's name.
Yeah.
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo. Yeah, he's been in a lot of
Yeah.
really good
He's
stuff.
really good.
He's on Fear the Walking
Yeah,
Dead
it's
too.
Fear, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I thought he was excellent in this. I
Yeah.
loved him in this role.
Yeah, he was really good.
And I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but I think he should narrate like audiobooks. He has like the perfect voice.
Yes, it's a good voice.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I would totally listen to that.
Like even when he's like just saying Candyman, he says it with like swagger, like Candyman.
Candyman. Yeah.
I love that.
Man.
He did a podcast with Chris Hardwick,
Mhm.
and they talked about all that. And he's really talented. He does they were talking about how he could go for the EGOT, get a Tony Award, get all the Emmys and all that. He's very talented.
Don't they have the Emmys tonight? Not that it
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Emmys are tonight. Mhm.
All right.
I almost forgot.
Yeah, I was
I
going to
do
say the
forgot.
marketing. I kind of
Yeah.
forgot until I started seeing some pictures of people what they're dressed in
Yeah.
on Instagram right before I got on here.
Yeah. I know
Better-
Ted Lasso got a bunch of nominations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see why. It's been really solid in the second season. The writing's really top notch, and everybody's getting like million an episode raises. Like obviously
Yeah.
Sudeikis, and then a few of the other actors. But yeah, it's really well done. It's a good show. Apple's big one for sure.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, me either.
It's like who has Apple TV Plus, unless you have an Apple computer and get the free trial. But
No, I'm just going
Good.
back to Candyman. I thought like the cinematography was what really stood out to me almost more than anything, and the ending I thought was really good. What I don't want
that
to
was cool. Yeah, I liked how they did that. That was really neat.
like he said, tell me about them or tell the
Yeah.
rest. Yeah, I thought that
Tell
was good.
everyone. I think he said tell everyone.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
I was waiting for that part. I was waiting for him to show up the whole time. I was like,
Me too. Yeah.
because I thought I saw him, during the trailer at some point. I was like, oh, maybe he's not in this. Maybe I just like made this up in my head that he was going to actually show up. But then, yeah,
Well, at the end, I thought it was him narrating.
I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah, because he has that interesting voice too.
yeah,
And just going back to his voice, Coleman Domingo, like
Mhm.
I think he should honestly like narrate books, like even if it's like a kid's book, like The Little Engine That Could, like
yeah, yeah.
I really enjoyed it too. I went in with super low expectations. I remember seeing the original back in the day and watched it last Halloween. And I thought it was cool because of Chicago, us living in Illinois, growing up, going to the city, seeing Cabrini Green back in the day, the projects, and how they were just torn down and kick people out, and seeing all these new high-rise apartments. Very cool and relevant to what's going on with 2021. And I thought the synth wave, the music of it was really great. Captured a great atmosphere to it. It was just a beautiful movie too. I thought it was shot very well, cinematography, directing. I like the over the head shots. They did a lot of those of the characters, and it was pretty eerie at times. I was very satisfied with the movie.
Did you guys stay through the credits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff was awesome. Like the cutout finger pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Get the whole entire history of Candyman. That was great.
I liked how they told the story of the first one in this movie too, because like I said, it had been since the 90s since I saw the first one. So yeah, this weekend I actually went back and watched the first one. I just got finished with it today, and it was a lot better than I remembered. Like I said, I didn't understand everything.
I just remember a decapitated Rottweiler.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah, oh, that was crazy.
It burns from my childhood. That's the one thing I remember from that movie.
Yeah,
It was creepy.
and every scene, Virginia Madsen smoking a cigarette. They're like out at dinner. She's smoke
Yeah.
pot in there. Everybody eating around her.
Yep. That's how it was back then.
Yep.
Yeah, that one scene in the new movie that stood out to me was at the art gallery. Those two people end up getting killed. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like all the lights and stuff in the gallery look cool.
Yeah, I believed him like being an artist too. Like he sold that aspect. Like he felt like he was like an artist. Like, yeah, I liked his character. I liked and I like who he ended up being. Who we find out who he is in the movie. That was really cool.
Absolutely.
I saw Karen today. Did anyone watch that?
No.
Not yet. How was it?
No, it was really bad. Like okay, because we just watched movies today. It was raining a lot, so the movie was made for. It was a BET original. I feel like that could be the review right there. Just the BET original. And like, Kevin, you have a computer. I think you should look up the actress who plays Karen in the movie because she looks like a cross between Amy Poehler and Christina Ricci. And I'm not trying to get political or anything, but I did look up the actress. She's a MAGA supporter, so I'm like, maybe this isn't really her acting.
Is it Taryn Manning?
Oh yeah, she's from 8 Mile and Hustle
Yeah.
and Flow. Yeah, her.
Yeah, doesn't she look like a cross between the two? Like when you look at the poster for Karen, and she
She
has
does.
like a Pennywise forehead. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I,
I'll bring it
the guy
up.
who directed this movie and wrote it is named Coke
Yeah.
Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a bad joke with my parents. I'm like, oh, he must have been on coke when he made it. No, the acting is horrible. The movie is uninspired. They take real life situations. It's like me just going to a studio saying, I want to make a movie about a pandemic. We'll call it the virus COVID and it'll make money. Very uninspired.
Oh wow, it has a 2.8 out of 10.
I was just gonna say that.
Wow. That is probably the lowest score I've seen on there.
Out
Yeah.
of 1,080 reviews.
And I didn't know this, but my mom was telling me, she said, oh, I know that actor. And I'm like, you do? And she's like, yeah, I follow him on Instagram. And I'm like, they're like, not even real actors. The acting is horrible. There's a part where they're playing music way too loud, so you can't even hear what is happening. It is literally the perfect movie to just laugh at. And they steal from other movies. They steal scenes from Lakeview Terrace. Do you guys know that movie with Sam?
Yeah.
Sam
Mhm.
Jackson.
Yeah, that movie is actually a better Karen than this Karen movie. And the Karen's brother is a police officer who doesn't like black people. No surprise there, I guess, because she's Karen. And they try to explain why she doesn't like black people, but it's still really not all that interesting. So apparently there was a black vigilante going around just killing cops for no reason at all. We don't know. They don't explain it. So Karen in the movie has this brother who's a police officer, and it's typical police dialogue. Like you thought, what was that movie? Saw with Chris Rock, where they were cops. You thought that was bad. Oh no, that's like Citizen Kane compared to this. The brother is like, get out of the way, rookie. Like it's like typical nonsense like that. I didn't like the movie, but it was really fun. Like you just want to laugh at it the whole time.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
How long is it?
It's
An
short.
hour 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. Like a bunch of people on YouTube were just making fun of it. So like it didn't look good because it looked very cheap. It looked like somebody could have just got a camcorder at Walmart or something and just recorded over a weekend.
No, I'm not even kidding. I've seen better films like from students or just everyday people on YouTube or TikTok, even Vine, stuff like that.
Let's not get crazy. TikTok.
No, I'm serious. Like the Instagram and Facebook stories have better cinematography than this movie. They really do.
What will we see next from Coke Daniels?
What studio did it? Was it a famous studio?
If you could think BET is a famous studio, sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They
it was
financed it and everything. Okay. I thought they bought it and okay.
Oh no. You know what? There's a really actually I shouldn't talk too badly about BET. There's one good BET movie. It's a short film. You guys should check it out. The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, because that movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That movie's crazy.
I've heard of it.
It's very crazy. Yeah. To me, that movie was Jordan Peele before Jordan Peele was Jordan Peele. Like, like if I suggest it, like, don't think I'm weird or anything. It's a very dark short film.
Yeah, the guy that did Hereditary, he did that one.
Yeah, he did.
Ari Aster?
Ari Aster, yeah.
Wow.
It's really weird. Like I remember I didn't know anything going into it. And that's the best way to watch it. It's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, Armando, it's only like 20 minutes, and I think you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I watched it anyway.
Now, I remember when it was on BET way back in like 2009.
Don't watch.
Don't watch Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was funny though.
Like, it's too bad because BET, like, I want them to do good, but it's like they make stuff like this, and then you're like, ugh. Like, they should make, like, people should do better than this. Like, I remember some people were saying, oh, they're just trying to cash in on the Jordan Peele thing, which is obviously what they're trying to do. Like, change the names a little bit. Like, you don't literally have to call the woman in the movie Karen.
Yeah.
There's like so many
Yeah.
different names.
Right.
Could have
It's too literal.
That's literally a line in the movie. We have a Karen named Karen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to watch this now. I gotta watch this movie.
No, really, like watch it and then just tell me what you think. It's really weird. So once I suggest something this weird to you, there's no going back. Like, really.
I accept the challenge, man. I'm up for it.
And the movie, the Karen, just one last thing about Karen, because I don't want to spend too long on a bad movie. The ending, like, I don't know if you guys seen Foxy Brown, how they're like, or Super Bad, when they're doing that dance intro and it's like the 70s colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that at the end of this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Logan's like, really? Oh my god.
Really?
After they I guess get rid of Karen, it's like a 70s dance party at the end credits, and I don't know why.
That sounds like a mess.
I want to watch this thing now.
Yeah, I just want to watch it and laugh at it.
And Karen has a son in the movie that plays basketball, and the black guy bonds with the son. Like, they're just playing a game of basketball and they're talking. It doesn't lead to anything. Karen has a daughter. Doesn't lead to anything. It's just really, really poorly written. And I just thought the funniest part was when my mom's like, "Oh, I know that actor," and I'm like, "You do?" "Oh yeah, he's on Instagram."
Yeah, I think Tara Manning was in Sons of Anarchy and Orange is the New Black. She always kind of plays the same character. She's always like a junkie or something.
Oh, so she's a Coke Daniels.
Yeah. Yeah. She's always the same.
And one thing I thought was interesting today, I don't know if you guys know this, but 12 years ago today, A Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs came out, and Jennifer's Body. Just wanted to know what you guys think about those movies.
Actually, never still Cloudy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cloudy's great.
I haven't seen it either.
I watched it with my 6-year-old not too long ago. We had a great time with it.
Why can't you be more like my son, Kale? Or did I say Kale? Or whatever his name is.
Yeah, it's good. Jennifer's Body's also pretty good too.
Yeah, Jennifer's Body was cool.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, I actually had that movie on DVD, and this is just personal stuff, but I remember being in school and I gave it to this guy in my class named Frank. He's like, "Just let me borrow the movie," like I was a personal blockbuster at the time. So I let him borrow that movie. He never gave it back. And I don't know why.
I had too many of those happen in my life, and now I won't let anybody borrow stuff except Henry.
Yeah.
That's about it. But yeah, too many people just stole my shit. So I'm like, never again.
Yeah. But I remember liking that movie. I saw it in theaters years ago. I think it'll be like a cult classic years from now. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, I think so for sure.
I think so too. Yeah.
Stands the test of time for sure.
She was in the news lately. Megan Fox at the VMAs with Machine Gun Kelly, and then
Connor
and him got into it, I guess.
Or threw the drink at him.
They were trying to say that Connor was asking MGK for an autograph, but supposedly he was actually asking Megan Fox for a picture, and that pissed off Machine Gun Kelly, and then they had words. Connor threw a drink at him and blah, blah, blah. But
yeah, that was like the best Megan Fox movie in years, that incident.
I was like,
other way around, where like he wanted an autograph or something, you know?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. The VMAs, I'm like, so you're doing the VMA awards for a network that doesn't show music videos or music anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I watched it. I watched it last week, and it was fun, but they tried to bring us so many people. It was like, oh, we got to show that we're still cool because it's the anniversary of like when MTV launched, and then they just kept bringing out all these people that like of course they got to bring out Madonna, and then she's still dressed like she used to when she was younger.
Gosh,
like she was wearing like these very tight like short shorts and stuff, and then Madonna was there.
What, are you sure it was Madonna or like a Walmart plastic bag?
No, I confirmed it. It was Madonna.
Good move.
Still have her Gollum arms?
Yes, she did. She did. Yeah. And then who else showed up? And the funniest part was I told my mom, because my mom was like there on the couch when we were watching it, and Tommy Lee showed up, and I was telling my mom, you know, Tommy Lee was there. And my mom was like, that old bitch is still there. I was like, I mean, yeah.
Aren't they doing a Tommy Lee movie with Sebastian?
Yeah,
Stan?
it's a big
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for Hulu. It's a Hulu
Series, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lily James.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sebastian
Pam.
Stan.
Yeah.
It's just it's
Yeah.
if it's anything like Tommyland, the book he wrote, it's gonna be pretty good. I don't know if you guys read Tommyland.
I've never read it.
No, I can only imagine what that kind of debauchery.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I barely know who Tommy Lee is. I kind of know, like I know the music. I know Motley Crue, but like I only first knew him because he had a big penis. Because that was
Yeah.
kind of the only thing.
Remember he steered the boat with it in the
Yeah.
Pam and Tommy video? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's more famous for that now than he is for playing drums.
And he kind of gets overlooked for being a drummer, but he's actually pretty good. Like
Yeah.
people don't give him enough credit. He was a pretty solid drummer for the 80s, Motley Crue. And
I
he always
remember he came
did-
back during the new metal stuff too. Remember?
yes,
Methods of Mayhem.
Methods
Tried to
of
rap.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
But he's the one that really started doing the upside down drumming, like he was on the platform and stuff back in the day, which is really cool and hard as fuck to do playing. But yeah, he's a good drummer, but really known for his sex life. His penis.
And I only know Pam Anderson really. Like my first introduction was Borat.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
you didn't watch Baywatch back in the day?
Yeah.
Not till later, not till
Yeah.
way later.
Cheesy.
I used to watch Baywatch with my grandma. How awkward is that?
She loved the Hoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also gave an award to Foo Fighters. I remember that was a thing.
Oh,
Like,
that's cool.
that part was really cool. That was probably my favorite part. Yeah, like, and then the rest of it was like a bunch. Like, there was some good music in it. Like, I just watch it just because it's something to watch. But yeah, they were still trying. What's going on, Kevin?
I said, who won best video of the year?
Who was it? I think they gave it to like Little Nas X, if I remember, for that "Call Me by Your Name" video.
Okay.
Yeah.
He delivered his baby this week. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Congrats,
he had-
Henry. Congrats.
Yeah, right. His whole new album, he like made himself look pregnant. Like he gave himself the belly, and then like he dropped his album and like acted like he was giving birth in some video. It's like some crazy ass shit. I've only heard the Old Town Road song just because every kid sings it now.
And it was in the Rambo movie, the last one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Last Blood.
Yeah.
Last Blood.
Yeah, like I was checking out the winners. I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck these people are. Like any of the artists.
I
Like,
barely know.
I'm so old now. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I barely know who they are.
TV.
Yeah.
me and my wife were like, what the fuck is a Drake? What is that? What the fuck is a Drake? I don't even know what that is.
He's the guy in
From Hobo
Degrassi.
with the shotgun.
Oh, I'm like, man, we're old. I don't know what the shit is anymore.
And they had the, what do you call this thing? The Met Gala, which is like cosplay for rich people.
Yeah, I
It's
saw.
the Illuminati. Hey, I was checking some updates here at the Emmys. Evan Peters just won for his role in Mayor of Easttown.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Show
He's,
up.
he's having hell of a year. American Horror Story with
Yeah.
that, and then WandaVision.
Oh, I hate that little girl from American Horror Story. And
Oh,
you know,
the-
it's going
the
to be
daughter.
in the remake of that Drew Barrymore movie, Firestarter.
Firestarter.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's playing Charlie? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Man.
Wow. Okay.
Niles, she was in It.
She was?
Yeah, she was the one that goes underneath the bleachers in part 2.
Oh.
I haven't seen part 2 since it was in theaters. I
Yeah.
own it, but
She had like a birthmark on her face,
Oh, okay.
and like he eats her face. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that part.
You know, she
Wow.
was feeding on her brother's foot, and I'm like, no.
it's good.
Yeah, hell no.
I think it's awesome. I think it's one of the best seasons in a while.
The best season, yeah.
Been really good, yeah.
Very, very long time. They finally got some polished writing and some characters we care about.
I'm
It's really well
I'm
done.
just worried about the switchover.
Yeah. And there's only
Yeah.
4 of those. So yeah. It's gonna have some work to do in 4 episodes.
What do
When
you
does
guys?
Jackie Bates come in?
That's what I was wondering because I thought
Yeah.
Macaulay was gonna bang her.
Probably the second half, I'm assuming there's only one more episode of the first part.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
unless she shows up in the next episode, probably the next half in the desert.
It'll have something to do with aliens, I'm guessing, judging by the posters and marketing.
Yeah.
What do you guys think that's going to be about? Do you think it's Finn Wittrock's like his story, whatever he wrote, is the
Yeah.
second part, like a movie or TV show or whatever that he
That'd
wrote?
be cool.
I think it's a
Yeah,
good-
might be.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Didn't the woman who created these posts, didn't she say she worked for the military? Or am I making that up?
I think so. Yeah.
So maybe he writes wherever where she came from. The pills basically give him the inspiration to write, but he's writing, I guess, the past of her life, maybe, like where all this stuff came. So you're gonna it's like a flashback. It's 4 episodes flashback. You see where she came from and maybe why she developed these pills.
I think it is supposed to
Oh.
go back in time.
That's
a
what I'm
little
thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yo, Kevin, you just blew my mind right now. Like,
Yeah, me too. I'm like, didn't think about
All
that.
right, like George Costanza, I'm leaving. That's a high note.
Kevin, last time we were on, you mentioned they have a sequel to the Rachel Lee Cook movie.
Did you watch it?
No, I added it to the queue because I'm like, oh,
She's all that.
yeah.
He's all that.
So I'm gonna watch
The
it.
Cobra Kai kid.
I'm gonna watch it this week though because I do like the first one.
Yeah, me too. I like the first one. I watched it was on recently. I watched it, and it's 90s cheese, but it's good.
Yeah, I like cheese, So
But I heard
Freddie Prinze.
I heard it sucks though. I heard He's All That sucks.
Speaking of the 90s, they just released Dawson's Creek on Netflix, and Molly's been watching it. So I caught a few episodes. I'm like, holy shit, this is bad.
Dialogue.
It's bad, dude. Like acting's bad, but it
Doesn't age well. No.
Doesn't age well, no.
I like
watched it when I was
how
kid.
Dawson's a movie buff though, and like a
Yeah.
aspiring filmmaker.
I like his
That
room.
aspect's
He's got-
pretty cool.
He's got a bunch of cool posters in
All the
his room, like,
Spielberg, yeah, he's
Hook,
love Spielberg.
Hook, and Close Encounters, and there's
Mhm.
another Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
no,
funny.
Logan, when you were singing the song, it made me think of Family Guy because they have a part with Peter Griffin and he's like, I don't want to wait for my lunch to get colder.
Leave it to that show to parody everything. I love it. So
Have you-
good.
Yeah, but is there a good meme with James Vanderbeek crying in that show?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the episode yet. I'm waiting for that episode where he's like bawling.
Did you ever see it in those memes he released? Like, I don't know, it must be maybe 10 years now, but they released a bunch of him and he does all a bunch of different emotions. Like he
Yeah.
has like a laughing one, crying one, and a ton of them.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny seeing what's her name, Katie Holmes, all young, and Casey,
Yeah.
Joshua Jackson,
Hmm.
and Michelle Williams.
You sent us a text saying you saw Jolt because I think I was the only one who saw
Yeah,
it.
I saw Jolt.
Oh, you saw it too? What did you think of it?
It was all right.
I thought it was trash, but
Oh, really?
yeah, I just wasn't into it. It was too cliche. It felt like Crank to me.
It did.
The
yeah.
Jason Statham one. Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't get into
Yeah,
it.
it wasn't good. I'm not saying it. It was like fast food. I was just like, all right, I watched it. That's it. It's fun.
Yeah.
And like they have the balls to like kind of set up a sequel at the end of the movie. I'm like,
They did.
this
Yeah.
shit, this shit, ain't getting a sequel.
Susan Sarandon, yeah.
They marketed it a lot at the beginning, but I noticed, I didn't see anything about it after that first weekend.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm starting to like him. I'm starting to like Jai Courtney. I didn't like him at first. By the way, the silence, everyone must hate him.
I haven't seen
I
enough.
haven't seen
to
him in
really
enough.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
don't have
liked
a good
him in
opinion.
I didn't finish it, but he was good on that Wet Hot American Summer miniseries that they did on Netflix.
Oh, he was in that?
The set that what was it, the 10 years later one?
Yeah,
He's in
yeah.
that, and he was pretty good. Yeah, he was pretty funny in it. Like from what I saw.
He was in this movie I watched called Buffaloed with Zoe Deutsch. And he was pretty good. He was
Oh yeah. I know the movie. I didn't
Yeah,
see it,
but-
but I heard it was good. But I
yeah,
haven't
it was
seen
good. He was like a scumbag, like loan shark. And I thought he was
Okay.
and he had like the Italian accent. Because I knew he's Australian. If I didn't know who he was, I'd like, oh, that guy's Italian, I guess. And I like him as Captain Boomerang, kind of like
Yeah, he's good in that.
his fate
Yeah.
in the movie. I think everyone
Yeah.
saw it. Yeah, but that he died. I liked him. I was hoping he was going to stick around.
And
I
Henry,
need to see more from him. Yeah, I can't really form an opinion on him. I've only seen him in like two things, probably. Yeah, Suicide Squad and Jolt.
Yeah.
and he was in those the Divergent movies. If anyone remembers those.
Oh yeah.
I think
know
I
that.
watched a little bit of the first one. Yeah,
Yeah.
not too familiar.
But just going back to Jolt, I know Henry, you didn't like it. To me, just going
Yeah.
back to what I said last time, it's a Golden Corral steak. But you know what's interesting?
Yeah.
Like when people ask me what is your favorite Kate Beckinsale movie, I don't like any movie she's been in. This one,
No.
not one. Even those Underworld movies,
Yeah.
I could not get into those. But
I
this
like
one,
Underworld. I have a soft spot for Underworld. I don't know. It's cheesy. I know it's vampires and leather, but I don't know. It's cool. It's like
Yeah.
it's always it rips the Matrix, but I don't know. I think I enjoy it.
you know, we all like our fast food every so often. So
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that, like out of all the Kate Beckinsale movies, I'm like, this one is the one that I'll take. Like it's the first one
Yeah.
I'll think of.
Just going by her, her in the movie. Yeah, I did not like her in the movie. Just the overall concept was just too much for me, too cheesy, I guess. I just wasn't in the mood for it when I watched it. That's all. I don't hate it or anything. I was like, this feels pretty uninspired. No, I need something of substance to watch. So I quickly went through it, kind of forgot about it.
No, it's very much Crank. Yeah, it's very much Crank.
Yeah.
Crank is
That's what I
amazing.
thought.
I still love that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a crazy movie.
And I saw maybe a couple of days ago Kate on Netflix.
How was that?
It's very, I don't want to say uninspired because I did like it, but it's everything you've seen before. There's one part where the CGI is really bad during like a car scene. Woody Harrelson is the villain in the movie. Typical Woody Harrelson. Woody's gonna be Woody.
Yeah.
And it's heavily inspired by Kill Bill and anime to the point where I'm like, they kind of copy scenes. But it's very fast food. I honestly can't recommend it. It was okay. But it's very anime. Like, so if you like anime and you like that style, then I'll suggest it for you.
I think that movie's just a big like audition tape because she's trying to get back. Like she's trying to do who's she playing Birds of Prey?
The Huntress?
Huntress, yeah.
Yeah.
Huntress.
Yeah. Yes, the Huntress.
Mhm.
I think she's saying like, hey, listen, I can do action. So if you're ever thinking about doing a Huntress movie, here's my resume. Here's Kate. I can kick ass.
No, I could see that, yeah. And there's one fight scene in the movie that I thought was really good. She has like a fight scene in a kitchen with some guy in like a Versace robe, and then he has like a whole bunch of tattoos. That's the only scene I would really recommend. So if you don't watch it, just fast forward until you see that scene. I thought that was really good.
Okay. No, I want to check it out. I like Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, is
I
that
do
how you
too.
say it?
Yeah.
Winstead?
Winstead, yeah.
Yeah, Mary Elizabeth
Yeah.
Winstead.
Because I've been saying Mary Elizabeth Weinstein, and people were like, what?
I think it is Wednesday.
Winstead, okay.
Did you guys see Gunpowder Milkshake when it came out?
Yeah, I
Yes,
agree.
No, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet.
I thought Kate looked like kind of similar to that. So I don't know. I guess that's why I really wasn't too into watching Kate. Was it similar to that or kind of like assassin type?
I didn't see Kate, but if you want to compare it to Jolt, like it has more of a story of a Jolt, but it tries to do John Wick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like the universe, like it's a library. It's like a library where they will hang out, and the books have like guns in them. I'm like, okay, okay, female John Wick.
But there's a
Right. That's what it felt like.
But Kevin, remember the scene when she was at the, what was it, like an office, the dentist or something, and the fight scene in the hallway? I thought that was cool.
Yeah, but how was she pulling the trigger? How was she pulling the trigger?
Her arm was
There's
supposed
logic
to
to it, of course. But my opinion on it has changed. Like the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh man, this is amazing. And then I'm like, the second time I saw it, I'm like, I must have been on something that night.
Strong
I
edible
like
or
the cast a
something.
lot. I like the cast, and I do like that scene, regardless of it making little to no sense.
I didn't realize that Karen Gillan was English. I heard her on a podcast.
Yeah, you
Somehow I
didn't know
just thought I thought she was American. But yeah. She was like, hello. I was like, oh, I didn't know you were English.
Yeah, the only reason I knew that because I was watching her in Doctor Who before she got all big in America.
Oh, yeah.
Before her Guardians
I
and
forgot she was on that.
Avengers and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
first time I saw her, she was like really young.
Another name I was getting wrong because I used to say Karen Gilligan.
Karen Gillan. Yeah,
Yeah. We know what you mean. Everybody
it's
does.
okay. I
They
butcher
should.
actors and actresses' names all the time.
Yeah.
Like I would just hate to see them in person one day. Oh, Karen Gilligan.
Just say, what a wanker.
What a
He's
wank.
like, you stupid American wanker.
Does anyone watch, speaking of actresses who are really good with accents, does everyone watch Killing Eve?
Not yet.
No, I know what I seen the poster though.
Yeah, no, because I like that actress. She seems like she's gonna blow up this year. She was in Free Guy.
Jodie Comer.
Yes, Jodie Comer, and she does crazy accents. I thought she was American, but she's like Irish or English. But they were saying Ryan Reynolds was saying yeah, she could do like 27 accents like that, like on the fly.
Wow.
That's talent right there.
Yeah.
I started.
She's from
Free
Liverpool,
Guy.
England.
I started Free Guy. I'm not liking it, to be honest.
Really? So far, not great.
No, like I was watching. Maybe it was just like I was on something or whatever. But I was starting it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll pick this up later.
What are you doing before you watch movies?
Yeah, what are you smoking that? You're smoking that Florida devil's cabbage down there? What are you smoking on, Niall?
The same thing I was having before when I watched Joel, apparently.
Is he toking that Gator Kush down there?
I did go to the theaters to see Shang-Chi though. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, I want to
Yeah, it
see
looks
it.
good.
I would love to see that in the theater. Yeah, it's been doing well 3 weeks in a row now with
I'm happy
number
for
one.
that. Yeah, happy it's doing
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it
I
was
bet
awesome.
that really pisses off Scarlett that it's been 3 weeks number one.
Yeah,
Wonder what's going to happen with that whole lawsuit. I don't know.
Nothing. It's Disney.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Can't fight
say,
Disney.
right.
No, but like I can't remember if I mentioned my thoughts on Shang-Chi, but yeah, I remember going to the theater. I got like a poster for it, and it was like old times, the before times.
Yeah, when things were normal and happy.
No, but the action was good. I like how they had like the father son, I guess.
Yeah, that was very well done.
Yeah,
That's my favorite part of the movie.
yeah, I liked it too.
Because that guy, Tony Lang, right? What's his name?
Yeah.
Think so.
He was awesome. I hope he comes back. I know he died, but it's Marvel. They can always resurrect.
Yeah.
Because I think I shared my thoughts on Facebook or something, but one thing I forgot to mention was I don't know what they're called, the little turkey pigeon dogs that they had in the movie.
Oh yeah, those weird. Yeah.
That's just made to sell toys. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was marketing. That was 100%.
Yeah.
That's gonna be in every bin and every
Oh.
Disney store around America.
Morris, I think his name was Morris.
That was it. Yeah.
I think that. Yeah, I kept calling him Jigglyfuck for some reason. That's what he looked like to me. I couldn't remember the name, and it just popped up.
Yeah, that's my only real critique of the movie, but I loved it. Shang-Chi was awesome.
They brought back the actor playing the Mandarin. I mean,
They did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was cool.
Kingsley, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, without
Yeah.
giving too much away, is there a cool after credit scene that ties into the next phase?
Yes and no. I can't say who was in it though.
I
Okay.
completely
Okay.
forgot.
Yeah, I don't want it to be run. I'm just
Completely
curious.
forgot what happens after the
I
credits.
was curious if like the Fantastic Four showed up or some shit.
Oh no, not now you're overthinking it. Yeah.
Nothing
Okay.
crazy. Yeah.
I'll still watch it.
Wong and I'll say a certain female shows up. That's all.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so the next movie we need to get into that hopefully most of you have seen, Malignant.
Oh
What
yeah.
are our thoughts?
Ah, what
I want to
a
hear from Kev.
what a mind fuck.
Yeah.
You mean what's the guy's name from Harry Potter? For the first one, Professor Quirrell, I think his name is.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's what I was thinking
Professor
of.
Quirrell, the early
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Voldemort, the Voldemort in the back of his head.
I didn't hate it, but it was so ridiculously stupid.
No, like the beginning
Yeah.
was really
Yeah, the beginning, yes, it was cool.
yeah. And then it becomes Evil Dead, like Evil Dead 2 towards like
Yes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
It did not fit the tone of the movie at all.
No, yeah, it totally threw me for a loop for sure at the end.
And
It
some
was
of-
like a ghost story, and then it goes into like, okay, this character's real, and then I don't know, kind of lost me.
I
Middle.
thought it was gonna be like, she has split personality, and like Gabriel was the split personality.
Yeah,
But then they do the whole thing where it's just not just a face. It's like a little body on her.
It looked ridiculous. It reminded me of what's that guy? Jeff Dunham's like a skeleton puppet, like on the back hanging with the legs like flopping like that.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm like, he had money from Aquaman, he had money from Fast 7, and this is what he did with it. I'm like, okay,
It's his most ambitious film for sure, but
it's a rich, it's ballsy. I'll give it that. Like, I didn't expect,
Yes.
Even though I don't agree with like where it went, I'll give it credit for trying something new.
Right.
yeah,
It
exactly.
It was definitely something out of the box.
One of the things that I appreciate about Juan is he always does something unique and original. Like The Conjuring came out, Insidious came out. There's no other movies like that at the time, so I give him kudos for that.
I
I
thought
actually like
Cinematography
it
was
more
cool.
than The Conjuring 3. I like it more than The Conjuring 3, to be honest.
Yeah, me
I didn't
too.
watch Conjuring 3 yet.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't good.
Conjuring 3 felt like a network kind of stab at The Conjuring. It felt like a procedural, like Law and Order SVU or something, like an episode of that, more than it felt like a Conjuring movie. It was like a look at the murder trial more than it was actually horror. So yeah, I can see your point.
Yeah, and I remember in The Conjuring 3, I just remember laughing out loud the part where this woman just runs up to Patrick Wilson and then she just blows something in his face, like, and he's like, "Ah!" Like, I actually laughed out loud at that. And he's just
Right.
watching her run up to him.
Jeez. It would have been funny if she was running up to him and he's just like, what the laser out. Somebody's running at me, they're gonna be blowing shit in my eyes, I can tell you that.
I think the biggest problem with Malignant was the main actress. I think she just didn't work in the
Her
role.
wig was
Yeah.
horrible.
And the wig,
Yeah.
threw me off.
And the
Big time.
sister was pretty bad. The blonde sister was.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Remember when she pulled up to like that place on the cliff? Like I just saw the
Yeah.
car going off and there's like no gate up there. I'm like, you probably shouldn't just go ahead and park willy-nilly right on the edge of a cliff like
Right.
that. Like
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But
yeah.
In the movie, I feel like kind of contradicts itself because before Gabriel was like a face, and then like Kevin, you were saying it's like a little man, like the legs and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the part when they're like Gabriel can only be activated, I guess, a certain way, but when they have the head thing, like her head bounces, it goes back to that. It's like a flashback scene, but it contradicts what they said or how Gabriel is activated. Like,
Yeah. And they never did explain all the lights blowing out and all that shit either
No.
with the radio, how that worked.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's how he communicates.
yeah, to me, it was very much Evil Dead to the point where it was like I was laughing at the backwards thing, like the popping and locking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like you're supposed to kind of. I feel like some of that has to be intentional.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Like it's supposed to
the
be
beginning
really.
of the movie didn't make sense. Like,
I don't know.
Right.
I kind of got it right. Like at the beginning, the way it like opened, I was like, this looks like a cartoon to me.
It was
Like the way
a little
the-
B-movie-ish.
Yeah, like the
Mhm.
way they opened it with that giant hospital. I was like, okay, this looks. They have to be. This has to be tongue in cheek to me. But I don't know. I didn't mind it. I like there are issues with it, like you guys are saying, but it didn't really bug me. But at the same time, I'm not really into The Conjuring. Like I tried to watch the first one, and I was just not. It's just not my thing. So I went into this because a bunch of people on Twitter were talking about it. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance to see if it works. But I don't know. It's a tricky, sweaty movie to watch because it's a premise. Even the trailer, I thought the trailer was terrible for it. I didn't understand what it was trying to do to explain. I was like, I don't know how you're gonna put this as a movie because it's an idea it's just weird that if I told you what it was about, like just to a random person to be like, I don't know how does this work as a movie? Because even the movie, I don't think truly can make all the parts fit. It's just more like, okay, just have crazy stuff happen. Like it works better as just something to watch crazy stuff happen, and just because it's such a weird idea to begin with that it takes big swings that I don't know if it totally works, but at the same time I was so into what he was doing, even if there are parts like the acting, it's not the best, but I wasn't into it just because it had like a feeling to it that felt very refreshing. And it did feel like very exciting. I don't know, something different. I think also just there's not a lot of movies like coming out now that I've been like, oh my god, I'm amazed by in terms of movies coming out this year. Like there's good stuff, but I did like that this was trying to be its own thing. It didn't. In some ways, it is formulaic. In certain things, it could have done better. But I do like that it was willing to be crazy, and I did like the gore in it. The gore I thought really worked well. Like it was crazy stuff, and it did get to points where I was like, okay, I don't know if this movie totally has me with where it's going because it does have a lot of things. I don't know if it totally stuck the landing, but at the same time, I liked what it did. That I was willing to go along for the ride for it. So I mean, I don't know. It was entertaining for what it is. I don't mind. I didn't mind watching it. It was I had fun watching it all throughout. It was just it's a ridiculous movie, and like I had no expectations going into it, so I was just like, okay, I'll watch it because a bunch of people on Twitter were like bragging about it, saying, "Oh my god, this is so different from what we're getting right now." So it's like, okay, I'll put this on because it was nothing to watch, and I was like, okay, I have the most medium expectations with it, and I was more into it than I was expecting to.
No, I like what you said, Armando, about the trailer. The trailers for this movie are horrible.
Yeah,
They don't explain what the movie is at all.
Yeah.
Not close.
Yeah, and I get they didn't want to, like, in a way, it's good they didn't tell us. But at the same time, that's really, like, I was like, I'm not going to watch this. It looked terrible. Yeah,
Right.
but I do like the movie a lot. Like, I do like the movie, but I'm like, it just got weird, but I'm like, I think I like it because it's original.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
I was just like, he's taking the award, the health award, which is the snake wrapped around, shaves it into a knife, like, walking backwards, and then he's a fucking guy in his face. And it's like,
I'd rather take original stuff like this than, like, for instance, a Lost Boys remake, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, you know, like, I didn't care for it, but like I admire that it tried to do something different.
Yeah, they had a tough job to do with the marketing. You know, like I said, I was expecting something totally different, more in line with his other films. So it just threw me off like a ton towards the end when it got really off the fucking rocker. But yeah, those two scenes at the end in the prison there and the cop shop were fucking crazy. I'll go back and watch those for sure. I can't say I'll watch the whole movie, but I'll definitely watch that last crazy half hour just to be like, holy shit, this is fucking out there.
Yeah, it reminded me of like the Matrix meets John Wick at the end.
Yeah.
Like the trench coat or the coat.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Logan, didn't you have a topic, something like if we were in a movie?
Yeah, we were talking about that in the group text this week. If the Cinephellas were in a movie, which character would we play? I thought it'd be kind of funny because me and Molly were talking about The Hangover. I'm like, that'd be us, you know, if we went out to Vegas, we get probably wild and crazy shit, come across Mike Tyson, and, you know, just a bunch of crazy stuff would happen.
So who would you be in The Hangover?
The Hangover, Mr. Chow. I think I would be him. I'd be naked in the trunk coming out. Exactly. Because that's just me. Something wild and crazy I lived out there, so it's bound to happen. End up being naked in the trunk. But Phil, that was played by Bradley Cooper, that'd be Kev, because he was a teacher in the movie.
Yeah. Before one of those nerds asked me a question,
Yeah, he's taking all their money from school and he takes it to Vegas.
He walks out of the school and he's going to the car and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Whatever." It's like, "It is the weekend. I do not know you."
That is totally something you would do.
Yeah.
Alan, played by Zach Galifianakis, that'd be Bob for sure. Just same personality. Stu, which is Ed Helms, Uncle Henry. I don't know why. Just same personality.
Medical.
You went to med school. Yeah, exactly. Doug, the main guy. I'd say that's Niall, honestly. Yeah, Doug. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be a good casting. And then Jade, played by Heather Graham, Armando, because he used to be a stripper, right? In his former life, he was a stripper.
Yeah, I don't tell people that. I don't like that you spread that about me.
Logan, who did you say Doug was?
Niall.
Niall?
Yeah.
I think you'd be Black Doug. Mike Epps.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot about Mike Epps. Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, those are my choices. I thought it'd be funny.
No, that's cool. Honestly, I don't know what movie I would be in. I'm more curious what you guys would say. I think I could be like a Kevin Smith character. I don't know why.
Kevin Smith?
Like a Kevin Smith
A
character.
character from one of his films, yeah, like a View
Yeah.
Askew film.
Like how Bob comic books, he would be Brody, Mallrats.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally.
I guess you would be Jay. Henry. I don't know.
Maybe.
No, the
Yeah, I
second
was-
guy. I might do something like that.
Kevin Smith movie would be fun with all of us in it. I could see that. Let's have
Yeah.
him write something for us, fellas.
Mhm.
I was thinking like Ocean's 11 or some crazy movie like that, a big heist movie. We could all be in. Otherwise, I was thinking about a horror movie, maybe like Cabin in the Woods. Each of us have a spot in that.
Yeah.
Or in Scream, I'd be Deputy Dewey.
I like the idea of Ocean's 11 only because Henry, didn't you steal a Batman VHS tape back in the day?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember being a kid
Yeah.
and I stole a book of stickers, so we can do the heist, man. I'm serious.
We got it covered. Yeah, I can't even remember the character names for the movie or who I'd be. I don't know, but I could just, see all of us being the Oceans, pulling off some big heist. Something to do with movies, of course, maybe memorabilia or get
The
into some
ultimate,
shenanigans.
the ultimate 4K steel book that we end up stealing
Yeah.
or something.
Or trying to meet somebody at a convention. We have to somehow get backstage to meet them or something crazy.
I would be that little Asian guy who fits into the safe.
Yeah.
Acrobat, yeah, I wanna be that dude.
Okay. It's yours.
Nice.
Army of the Dead, just because I want to shoot some zombies.
Hell yeah. Okay. Let's do
And maybe
it.
I'm just stereotyping you, Henry, but you would be in a Scorsese movie.
I was about, hey, that's mine. I do Goodfellas.
Yeah.
I was, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
so
fun.
Do let's see. Now you be Sam Jackson, be Stubbs.
I
Henry,
like it.
I'll make it Henry Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, Logan. Who would Logan be?
Joe Pesci, probably the guy
Yeah,
that's
Joe
always.
Pesci. Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I have a
What
temper.
the fuck did you say?
Because I got a temper.
No,
Because I have a temper.
you do? I don't see it on the podcast, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I do.
Armando, you be Maury. You be Maury's wigs.
Always weird. Love it.
I'll take the hit. I'll be Billy Bats.
Oh, Billy. Grab
There
your
you go.
fucking shine box.
And Bob, who's not here right now, he'd be Scorsese's mother.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
We're coming over for dinner, Bob. Middle of the night.
What about Clerks? Clerks 2. Who would be Randall? The Randall of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Bob as that. Who's the other one? Dante?
I'm gonna say Armando. Like Armando would be like, I'm not supposed to be here today.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, I sometimes used to feel like that at school. So
I'll be Jay
Kevin?
again.
Kevin. Oh, Henry who?
I'll be Jay.
Be Silent Bob.
I'll be Rosario Dawson's character.
No, that was Kevin.
Oh, okay.
No, Kevin. What about
Yeah, you
the
guys
kid
do
who
look kind of
said,
similar.
the kid who was like one ring to rule them all.
Elias. Yeah, I'll be Elias. Like when he walks into in the beginning of the because he's the employee of the month and Randall puts like a dick on his fucking face on the picture. He takes the thing down. He's like, "Well, at least you spelled cock right this time." And he walks away and Randall puts another one. He's like, "Why the hell are you getting brides from your mother?"
And we were talking about the Lost Boys. So what about the Lost Boys? Logan, would you be Michael?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd say Edgar Frog, Feldman's character.
Yeah, because you would know all about the horror movies and stuff.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to be the sax guy.
The sax guy.
Start working out.
And then Bob
That's
would,
your role. Can you play the sax?
I'll learn the sax for it.
Yeah, you got it.
and Bob has the comic book knowledge. So yeah, that's perfect.
I'll be the girlfriend.
Star.
Star.
Yeah, Star. Get a wig.
I could say you can be Alan Frog, Edgar and Alan, the Frog brothers. I can see that.
Take it.
Surprised none of us said any superhero movies. I'm very proud.
You're proud.
You know, yeah. Initially, I was going for that. I was like, yeah, everybody's probably going to say the same thing. So let's think outside the box a little bit. Yeah, but I was thinking like a big Marvel.
I actually didn't think
Avengers.
of that, but now I feel like thinking of it. What about like Suicide Squad? King Shark. I'm King Shark.
Oh,
Not Polka Dot Man. I like Polka Dot Man. I will not be anyone from the 2016 version.
right.
What about your guy, Captain Boomerang, though?
Oh yeah, I'd be Captain Boomerang. Yeah, actually, I'll be Boomerang.
I'll be Pete Davidson's character. Oh, hey, how you doing? I got killed in like the first 2 minutes.
Blackguard.
Logan, you gonna be the Weasel?
The
The
Weasel.
weasel.
You actually live, so
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about that whole thing? Like, it didn't do very well as far as financially. Do you think they're still going to revisit another one since it's James Gunn and
I think they're going to actually reboot it again. In my opinion, like it'll be a Suicide Squad now. It'll be
probably yeah.
it'll reboot, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, we don't know like if it's a success or not. They like
Right.
that's the thing with this like streaming stuff. You don't
Yeah.
you only listen to like what they tell you. By the way,
Right.
anyone who's out there listening to this podcast, please, if you go out, when October 22nd comes on, just play Dune when you go out to like get coffee or something. Because as you guys know, if it does well on HBO Max, we get a sequel. Which I think
Yes.
it seems like he's getting a sequel. They just have to
Yeah. I read before I got on here that it's done really well overseas already. It's got close
My
to
friend
40
saw it in
million.
France.
So, oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He says it's incredible. He's like, it has
Wow.
to be seen in the theaters. Like,
Is it
seen
better
on
than the
HBO
original?
Max. What's up?
Is it better than the original? Did he say?
I didn't ask him that. I asked him how it was as far as an adaptation because I'm almost done with the book.
Nice.
It's amazing, but he's like, yeah, it's incredible. It's a masterpiece. It's
Awesome.
filmmaking.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
really
wait.
looking forward to
can't
going
wait
to
for
see
it.
that.
I think you should go with the guys in Chicago on this podcast. You should go to isn't there like a Seaport IMAX in the city?
Yeah,
There
is.
is, yeah,
There is.
there is.
Yeah, I think you guys should go there to see that.
Yeah, I haven't been there in
That would be
years, but
amazing.
that would be a good one to go to.
That's a movie, like even if they stream it, it's not the same. Like I
No.
watched
No.
it in theaters, yeah.
It's just you got to be at the theater to see.
It's only in theaters anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think James Bond, I know I'm in the minority, but it's like it's been so long, just stream it. It's been way too long.
Yeah.
Bond?
James Bond, the
Bond.
new one.
Oh yeah.
And they said it's like the longest James Bond movie. I think they said like 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's supposed
Yeah.
to be a long. Yeah.
And I'm like, now I don't even feel like leaving the house to go see it. Just give it
Right.
because it's long, yeah.
So what are your favorite Bond girls then? Since we're on the topic of Bond.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Christmas.
Yeah, I'll go first. I like Eva Green from Casino Royale.
Yeah.
She was really good.
Yeah,
Vesper Lind, right?
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I was
I
gonna
think
say her too.
yeah, I think Anna de Armas might
And the new
take
one.
that spot, but we'll see when they give me the movie finally.
Right. Without seeing her performance, just going by how you feel about her going into the movie. I get what you're saying, yeah.
She makes me feel all funny inside. I'd have to go with the OG back in the day, Pussy Galore, Goldfinger.
I was gonna say that, yeah. I was gonna say that.
I gotta watch
She's
those
alone.
movies. I've never seen the old ones.
They're
See,
fun. They're
That's
pretty
the
fun.
only, those are the only ones I know, like the old ones, like the,
really?
the Connery ones, and like leading up
Yeah.
to Pierce Brosnan, and that's
Yeah, Pierce
Well,
Brosnan's like that's the first time I really started watching
Mhm.
Bond.
yeah. I
I
used to
know,
watch
like, I've seen clips of like the old ones, but I've never actually sat down and watched like all of them.
Mhm.
the old like Roger Moore ones are really good. Like
Yeah.
when he had Jaws in it, that the villain guy,
Moonraker. Yeah.
Moonraker. Yeah, they're pretty awesome back in the day.
How was
They're pretty fun.
how was Her Majesty's Secret Service? How's that one?
I like that one.
You like that
Is
one?
that the
It's
one? Who's in that? Who's Bond?
George Lazenby. That was the one
Oh,
time
okay. That's.
guy.
I don't think I've seen that one.
That's the
Is it-
one where he like meets this one. Where he meets this one. And it's like the one he's gonna make. He's like falls in love with her, and it's like, oh, I might leave everything behind for her
Mhm.
and stuff like it. Like that's when he like starts getting really committed. And the guy to play in Telly Savalas, he's in it, and he's like he's playing Blofeld, I think.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
that was,
yeah, he does.
Yeah, I haven't seen it
And
in
that
a long
was
time.
that was Lazenby's only Bond movie, right? He just
Yeah.
did the one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned Goldfinger. I actually have that song on my phone.
Go.
I used to have this really cool Goldfinger poster I got at Blockbuster. Do you remember that, Henry? That like neon color one
Oh yeah.
at the apartment? Yeah, I wish
old
I
school one. Yeah.
old
that's
school
cool
one. I
poster.
love that. It's like one of my favorite Bond movies.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
artwork
we
was
got-
always really cool.
We got a winner from Ted Lasso for Best Supporting Actor, Greg Goldstein.
Oh God, he's great. Yeah, Roy Kent.
He just won.
Yes. Fucking yeah, he's great. He always cusses in it. He's
And,
really
Han-
great.
and Hannah Waddingham.
She's great too. Yeah, she's the owner of the team.
And Henry,
Yeah.
when you were singing Goldfinger, you have to sing it like how she sings it, like Goldfinger, like she does her whole face into it.
If I had a wig, it would be better. I could just go in my closet, pull one out. Gold thing.
And then the Sean Connery ones I've seen some of them. Like I just like his voice. Really talking
Yeah.
a lot about people's voices tonight. It's weird. Sean
Yeah,
Connery.
From Russia with Love, I think is my favorite Connery one. That's the one with the guy from Jaws.
Mhm.
What's his name? Shit.
Robert Shaw.
Robert Shaw.
Robert
Yeah.
Shaw, yep.
Yeah. There's a really
Oh.
cool sequence on a train in that.
Oh, Henry, going back to the voices, he was talking about. Now I was just talking about Tony Todd.
Yeah.
You know they're making the Spider-Man 3 game, or Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
Miles Morales and Spider-Man together.
hmm
And
I saw the
Venom-
trailer.
Oh, you saw Venom is going to be voiced by Tony Todd.
Oh, wow. I had
Wait,
no
who
idea.
is?
Venom in the new Spider-Man game.
Oh,
Tony
really?
Todd, that's
Tony Todd,
awesome.
yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
I knew Venom was going to be in it, but I didn't know who was
No,
voicing.
that's perfect. I can see that.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's awesome.
I'd rather have
It's-
Tony Todd than this, like the new Venom. It sounds like a Louis Armstrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, Tony
I'm
Todd has
sorry.
a great voice. It
Yeah.
gave me chills in I was watching the first Candyman, and like when he comes on there, yeah, he has a great deep voice, commanding. Yeah, he'll make a good Venom in the game.
Speaking of Venom, I guess that'll be probably the next movie I see in theaters. Comes out October 1st.
It's only 90 minutes too.
Yeah, so because they're not streaming it, so I didn't like the first Venom movie.
Yeah, me either.
And you know what's not trying to make it about Venom, but that movie, the first one, it's too dark. You can't see what is going on during that fight scene unless
Yeah,
I'm just
true.
blind. You
Yeah.
can't see what's going on.
I like the first one though. I don't know if I'm rushing to see this next one, but it's not a movie you really like. Oh my god, I gotta see it first weekend. I gotta catch COVID for this. I mean, it looks fine. I don't know. I don't know if it's something I'm rushing to see. Like it looks dumb. Like I liked the horse because it was just like dumb, and it at least had a different style in comparison to what the MCU is doing. And I mean that style was just be dumb, but at least it was a choice that they made. I don't know how this one's gonna be because I don't really have a thing for Venom. I like the last movie, and I barely only know Venom just because of this and Spider-Man 3, so I don't really have that much of a connection to the character. And then somebody spoiled like the end of the last movie, which I didn't mind because it was ridiculous, and I appreciate it because it kind of made me enjoy it more when Woody Harrelson just showed up. And he's like, let's see, because there's next time you see me, there's gonna be carnage. And I was like, okay, you just
beat you over the head with it. Oh.
Yeah. I'll see it, but it's not a movie I'm like, oh, I have to see it. Like
I'm
when
kind of
like-
interested to see what Andy Serkis does with it because he's been, his whole career is basically motion
capture.
Yeah.
He knows
Yeah.
what to do and he knows how to like make it sing. So
Yeah.
that's why I want to see it. But I'm
Yeah.
kind of not excited for it. I'll watch it. Obviously, it's it's a big.
It's one of those things. It's like, oh, I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
It's out. I might go see it. that I have to be in that mood. I have to already have time off to see it. Like, I don't know.
My prediction is that it's not going to go very well at the theaters. It's not going to make a lot of money. I think they would have done better if they would have released it to a streaming service. But I don't know who Sony works with, like as far as streamers.
They're giving everything to everybody.
Yeah, they just sell to whoever.
They've done it with Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah.
I think
a lot of them.
Venom, a movie like Venom would do pretty well, probably on streaming. You know, people not
Yeah.
want to go out, especially now.
that-
There's so many movies coming out in the next couple months.
Yeah, because that first, it's facts. Because that first one,
no, go on.
Yeah, no, I was saying that first one, like it was massive though. Like it was huge. I remember when it came out. I'm kind of curious because sometimes there's movies you'll be like, this won't do anything, and then it comes out. Like people might just be so hungry to get out of the house, they might just be like, oh, we got to see Venom 2 for some reason.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
a movie I'd rather watch at home.
Yeah.
There's another little tidbit about Venom. There's a picture of Tom Hardy wearing a Spider-Man No Way Home hat that somebody put on the internet, and then they tried to take off. So they're like, Venom might show up in Spider-Man No Way Home. And I know they had that little glimpse in the dark that they're saying might be Venom. Some people said it might have been Lizard.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, but I saw on Twitter that someone spoiled it. Like they just posted the end credit, and I'm like, you bastard.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
That's why, like, for certain things, I'm like, just stay off Twitter.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's not like they put spoiler and then like a big space, like they just put it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm curious what's gonna happen with that Morbius movie. They already, like, I feel like that's gonna be the thing that maybe decides, okay, we're gonna do this, because it seemed like Sony, because I know Avi Arad, he's the guy that owns like all the Spider-Man related stuff, and he's the one like really pushing for this Sony Marvel like the Spider-Man franchise. So I wonder if like that's gonna be the one that decides, okay, we're gonna keep going. Because even I heard the other day, apparently Michael Keaton, they asked him what they were gonna do with this franchise. He's like, I don't even know what they're gonna do with it. Apparently,
no, he's very confused. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen interviews with him. Like he said himself, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like he'll show up to I don't know, the Morbius set, like dressed as the Flash or Batman or something. He's really confused.
We're like, wrong set, Michael.
And that's something too. Like I feel like Sony, if they interfere too much, they're going to ruin Spider-Man. Honestly, for the Marvel.
Yeah, because they want to do too much. They're not patient, and I think because Sony, they don't have it. Like Sony makes some good stuff. Apparently, the movies don't, like, their studio doesn't make very much money at all. Like the PlayStation's their biggest thing, and that's like it.
Keep it to the gaming world. They do that really well.
They should have they should have sold the movie part. Like, because I know now Amazon has MGM. Sony should have went to somebody else. I don't know, somebody that's like, we need content, like maybe Apple or somebody that was willing to take them, because like they don't have anything. Like even if Venom does well, that doesn't make up for like all the other movies they're doing that might flop, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're working. The Last of Us will be on HBO Max, so you kind of have HBO Max as an avenue. That's a possibility, but who knows?
Yeah.
He's directing some of those. Neil Druckmann. He's directing he's directing some episodes.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, that gives me high hopes.
Yeah.
And Logan, I don't know if you know this, because I told Bob and he was like really surprised. Peacock is getting Halloween.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be watching. I'm not going to the theater for that. I'll watch that at home.
Me too.
After the fucking last movie, I was very disappointed. So not expecting. I'm not expecting much, so I'll just watch it at home.
Oh, you didn't like it, Logan? Halloween?
No, I watched it twice and hated it both times.
I liked it.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, Michael was good, but the rest of it was just a mess. For me, at least.
You might like this one though.
Yeah, I'll go with low expectations. Maybe I'll like it.
That's where we're at now when it movies going with low expectations, and
I'm like, this movie's just gonna fucking suck. And then once in a while they're pretty good.
I read some of the reactions on it. They say it's pretty much like the trailer promises. It's, a high body count, but it ends abruptly, because it's the middle movie in
Yeah,
You know,
that,
there's going to
another
be
one
another
coming
one
out.
after this, so it just kind of ends, you know, right in the middle of things.
Yeah, I heard it was a mess. Like everybody that saw it was saying it was a mess.
Mm.
Like I don't know.
It's just, you know,
Yeah.
people dying.
Yeah, I
it's-
didn't. I think some critics do get a little too serious sometimes. Like, oh, we got to analyze this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like that. I'm just like, okay, I like the series, so I'll watch it, and I'm just gonna watch it on Peacock because I can't watch. I don't want to go to the theater all the time for everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's only a certain amount of movies I'll see, and I don't know. I like the last one. I'll see this one, but I don't know. It's on Peacock, and I pay for Peacock, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Just
can't
because.
remember what movie it was, but just going back to what Logan said, where he's like, I'm going in with low expectations. I can't remember the movie, but I think I said, like, you guys were asking me my opinion, and I'm like, oh, if you have the TV on and you're doing something in the back, it makes good background noise. And I'm like, so that means it must be really bad. And I'm like, if that's the best compliment you can give a movie,
Yeah.
if you're watching the dishes and the TV's just on,
I think for the one they did 2018 is just like I didn't give a shit about any of the characters. I didn't care if they died. I didn't even care about Jamie Lee Curtis's character. Hated what they did with her. So that's how I feel about the new one. I'm just not gonna give a shit about anybody. I'm just like kill them all. I don't care.
I mean, I like that David Gordon Green is doing it because he's one of those guys. He was like in India for so long, and he was just like doing weird stuff. And I like his style. Like I don't know, it feels very like, how do I say, like very rough, very gritty. Like the way he does. I like the way he shoots it. You know. Yeah. Like I like that. Like on a technical standpoint, I like him. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed the last one. I had fun with it as just a movie to watch. Like, I don't know if it's, I'm not going to say it's like better than the original. That's going to be crazy to say. But I thought for what it did for the series, I enjoyed how it like continues the story. The only thing is I wonder, since they're already like, we're planning this out as a trilogy, how that's going to be. Because sometimes they plan these things out. And I like how they started. I don't know how this one's going to be. And then what if it ends? And then the third one is like, oh my god, this was not really worth it.
But my only real critique with the last Halloween was, it was like, oh, we're going to reboot this. We're not acknowledging the sequels, but it plays out like the sequels. So I'm like,
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
This one too goes to the hospital. Yeah, it's
There was there was a dumb part where they had the one guy from the cult. I was like, okay, we got to bring this stupid thing back in from the fifth one, and it's like, okay, we didn't need that part. I know that I just hope that doesn't become like the thing, because sometimes they put little things in there and then that takes over the rest of it, and I just hope that's not going to be a big thing.
I did like the babysitter scene though in the last one.
Yeah,
like the kid.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene.
Yeah, it was
I did
cool
like that.
Yeah.
And John Carpenter doesn't care. He's like, just let me make my music and you can do whatever you want.
It's the scariest movie I've ever seen. Is it, John?
You send me a check and I'm on board, boys.
Remember James Cameron when he's like, Terminator Genesis, this is the real Terminator sequel.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. You're just gonna.
This is one of the best Terminator movies. I am proud of this movie. And someone's just like, okay, right, we're writing this check. Just keep saying the lines. These are the lines.
Right.
Say them. Say them.
I'll say it's the best movie of the year if you add another zero at the end.
Exactly. When they show Carpenter at the screening, he's like, like sleeping.
They interview him after. Yeah, they held me at gunpoint when I said that. Don't believe.
Oh man. But yeah, that comes out October 15th? Halloween Kills?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll be reviewing it for 31 Days of Horror.
The horror movie I'm most looking forward to is Last Night in Soho.
Me
Can't
too.
wait to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Logan, you want to talk about 31 Days, like what you're thinking?
Well, Henry and I have already started shooting some videos. We're going to be trying to review something every day of the month. We'll see how it goes.
31
Yeah, we've already shot 3 already. We're shooting 2 more later tonight, the Candymans. But we did Texas Chainsaw from 2003, Jessica Biel. Did Texas Chainsaw.
I like that one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, we liked it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it when it came out, and I just watched it the other day, and it holds up. It's pretty intense. And then we talked about Return of the Living Dead from 1985. So we got a bunch of movies lined up. Some TV shows too. We're going to talk about Creep Show, the new Chucky TV series coming out,
Oh yeah.
sci-fi.
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass, Mike Flanagan's new show. 7 episodes is coming out on Netflix this month, I think.
Are you gonna check out the movie I suggested a while ago? I Saw the Devil.
I downloaded it. It didn't work. So if you can give me a copy of it, where to get it, I will watch it. But I did try to watch it. Didn't
Didn't
work.
Bob say he had a copy or something?
Maybe. Not sure. But yeah, I do want to see
Yeah.
it.
We can cover that. Yeah. If I get it,
I'll see
look
if
for a
it's on
copy.
Netflix or Hulu, and I'll just let you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Okay.
Yeah,
We can do that. If you guys have any suggestions, like movies to cover.
Yeah, if you guys want to review anything too.
Yeah.
What about
Go for it.
Halloween? Since it's going to be on Peacock, we just talk about Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do that. Do like a group review. That'd be fun.
Let's do some group ones. Yeah, that'd be fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because we obviously love horror here. What's some other stuff we're going to talk about? There's that new Addams Family 2 coming out, the animated movie. We're going to be talking about that.
There's
Halloween.
just a 4K version of The Thing that came out,
The
so we're
Thing.
gonna watch that and see how it's been updated over the years and looks. I've read some good stuff about it, how phenomenal it looks.
Oh yeah,
There's another Paranormal Activity coming out.
Paranormal Activity 7. I haven't seen the past few. So
Next of Kin, I guess. Yeah,
That's
it
another
looks
movie
kinda
with
weird.
Kate Winslet. Not Kate Winslet. Good God. man.
Yeah, good luck there. Yeah, I will.
Kate, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She was in The Thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remake, yeah.
The
was.
remake. Yeah.
Excuse me. It's been a long day. I'm terrible at names tonight.
Trying to think what else we
Let me
might
see
talk
what
about.
else. I know what you did last summer, which looks pretty shitty from the preview I saw. I don't know.
Yeah,
You watched the
looks
preview? I didn't watch the preview.
Looks terrible.
Of course it does.
They don't show much horror in
Of course.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we may talk about that. There's a few TV shows.
You is coming back.
You.
Season 3.
You, yeah.
Anybody's seen
That's a
that?
good, that's a good show.
And Eli Roth's History of Horror is coming back.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
That's always a fun one to watch around Halloween. Yeah. Shit. They just announced something that I wrote down. Oh, where the hell is it? Oh, there's the movies that made us. Season 3 is coming on in October, and
Yeah,
they cover
The
they
horror,
cover
right?
Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th in this season. So
Nice. I'm excited for that. When we talk
Mhm.
about that. Let's see what else. Lock and Key is coming out, the second season. I don't know if you guys watched the first season. It was okay.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
It was okay. But I'm interested to see the second season, see where they go with it.
The Many Saints of Newark. What do you think, Kevin? You gonna finish it before
Oh, yeah.
the movie comes out, or
I'm not gonna finish it, but like
probably not?
I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna spoil anything. It's a prequel. So I'm in
Right.
season 4 right now, and they're just starting to bet on horses.
Yep. With
Okay.
Ralphie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
Kyle
on,
Nye
baby.
and- yeah. Come on, you fucking nag.
Come on, you fucking
Yes.
nag. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm waiting for him. I'm surprised Ralphie's still alive.
Oh, just wait. Just
You know what
wait.
happens- I know what happens to him because, like, as I said, like in the last podcast, I know the important stuff that has happened in the show, but I don't know the context behind it. And now knowing who Ralphie is, Ralphie should have been dead.
Yeah.
He's
Right. Yeah.
Joey Pants. Joey Pants is so good.
Oh, he's awesome. He's an awesome scumbag in this. But yeah, what else? In Sopranos happened. Oh, I love the guy I know him from Blue Bloods. He plays Bobby in the show, and his wife.
Steve Sharippa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome. He's great. He's great in the
He
show.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprising that he never acted like before The Sopranos.
Oh, really?
So, no.
Oh, wow.
He's a comedian. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
He's a
they hired
comedian?
him before. Yeah, he's a stand-up. Yep.
Impressive. I never knew the Not who's the guy? Not Paulie Walnuts. The other dude in the crew. The guy with the really slick back hair. And
Sylvia
I didn't
Dante.
know-
Yeah, he's on Bruce Springsteen.
I
Yeah.
did not know that until my friend told me. I was like, oh my
Really?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Little Stevie Van Zandt. Yeah.
Stevie
from
Van
Bruce
Zandt.
Springsteen and the E Street Band.
The gypsy.
It's I'll say it every time we talk about it on this podcast, but it's incredible. I can't believe I sat in the show for like 21 years.
Dude,
Hey, better late than never. Yeah, a lot of people are just finding
I'm
it
gonna buy
during
the
these-
box set after I'm done.
Yeah, I got it back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the poster and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's incredible. It's just I can't see anyone but James Gandolfini playing that role.
No.
It's a
What'd you
great-
think of the Pine Barrens one where they're out in the
That's
Buscemi
one-
directed that.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
Directed that?
Steve Buscemi.
Directed
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. And he comes in soon.
Yeah, he'll show up in 5. Yep.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I
The
love it.
writing's crazy. Yeah.
David Chase, man, is
Deserving
genius.
of all the accolades and all the great reviews I've heard of it.
There'll be a spoiler in the movie, but I don't know. You probably, if you know a lot already, then it won't be a spoiler maybe. But somebody that's going to narrate apparently the new film.
Christopher.
So, yeah. So,
I know what happens.
okay. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
so
crazy
maybe-
I was reading a book. Okay, so the scene where Christopher, Adriana, and Danielle, the Fed, were basically hanging out, and Christopher puts his hand on her leg. I went to YouTube after I watched that episode, and there were a bunch of great comments. He's like, "Oh, he wasn't sure about her. He was feeling her out. He was feeling her for wires. Oh, he was just reaching for the shine box." She's great too. Like she plays like Danielle. I don't know who the actress is, but
Yeah.
she was really convincing as like a New Jersey Italian girl. But then she goes right back to like just being a straight face, stone face, very stoic kind of FBI agent.
Yeah.
And I felt
really
bad for
good job.
Adriana because, as Adriana says, she told her about she can't have kids. Say I fucking told you everything. You fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, really.
Great show. I'll keep you guys updated as I go along with it.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for Many Saints of New Oregon. It seems that his son is going to capture it perfectly.
Looks like it. Yeah. I'm excited.
Good to see a young Dicky Matsusanto, or how do you pronounce that?
I'm a big fan, so I'm going to be seeing it at the theater, I think, opening
Oh, you going
weekend,
theaters?
hopefully. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I have to.
I may risk it and go see it.
Yeah, I may go. Yeah, I'm probably going to theaters to that too.
I'll find a matinee or something where not a lot of people. My town that I live in is pretty small anyway, so I'm not really worried as much as you guys. Some of the bigger cities you guys are from.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I went to go see Shang-Chi, nobody wore a mask. It's Florida though.
Yeah.
I was surprised in Texas, everybody in my theater wore a mask. I was like, well, this isn't what you're supposed to do. Like, we're supposed to be getting infected, but like everybody wore the mask in ours.
Good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I just got I was telling Logan I got my second shot on Friday. Thankfully, I was just tired. That's it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was
Yeah.
worried
Which one did you get?
because I got Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Same here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, both times I was just tired. I had to rewatch the episode with the season finale. The season finale, Sopranos season 3, was amazing.
I don't
Mhm.
remember what happened.
Yeah, Meadow basically. That's when she
Is that
starts
with Jackie Jr.?
Yes, yeah. And it's just about the consequences of the lifestyle they live. And
Yeah.
Meadow starts throwing bread at Junior and singing like the Italian song at the restaurant.
Oh yeah, that was actually him singing too. Yeah, that was a crazy.
Yeah,
scene.
he's great. He's a great singer.
Emotional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I fell asleep like about half hour into that one, so I had to rewatch.
Mm.
So if we
Yeah.
were the Sopranos, who would we be? Since we were just going back to that.
Sopranos, okay, yeah, I could do. You would be and I don't mean this as I'm not calling you a pussy, but you'd be big pussy.
Yeah.
Logan,
It's not what you think. His name. It doesn't mean like
it means a
yeah.
cap burglar. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the steal a lot. Logan would be Ralphie.
Yeah. Nice. I see
Fucking
that.
egg.
Boy
You
pants.
fucking
Henry, you would be Holy Walnuts.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
like the wings. Has wings.
Armando. Who would Armando be?
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby. I
Yeah.
guess he was Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that
That
one.
would be Even though I'm not, what would it be?
You're like, fuck it, I'm Tony.
Tony's too cool, man. Tony's too cool.
I know. Yeah.
I would be the moody teenager. I'd be AJ.
AJ. I was going to say Carmela. Not really.
So speaking of Carmelo, like I need DeFalco. What are you guys thinking of American Crime Story so far?
I've only seen the first one so far.
Okay.
I haven't seen the second.
I like it so far. Yeah, it's like I'm watching it with my mom, so it's an interesting experience because I barely remember when this. I kind of remember. Most of what I know is from SNL. So like we're watching it, so my mom would be like, "Oh my god, like look at this!" Like I think she's fascinated by the story, like I am, but like at the same time, she's like, she's like kind of. It's an interesting way to watch it since she actually watched it as it was going on, and I barely knew this happened. So until I got older, I think they're doing a good job with it as so far. Like I was worried because when I found out Monica Lewinsky was a producer on it, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna do that. I think they're doing it good enough where they're not like making like, oh, I was such a good girl and I was.
Oh yeah.
It was like they're trying to keep it nuanced. They're not trying to be like, oh, let's. I'm curious how like Clinton is gonna come off because I feel like even if they're not totally going the route I'm expecting, where I feel like they're making him look more evil. Like I don't know if sinister in a way, but maybe that's not just him. It's just because what that situation kind of created. Because even the way the music plays, it's like, oh, it's so like whenever she sees him, it's kind of the music kind of sounds evil to me. But like at the same time, they haven't shown the whole story yet, so I'm curious how he's gonna play. Because Clive Owen, he's good, but he has like the way they put the makeup is weird. He has like very uncanny valley face.
Yeah,
like my mom. Nose though, he has a really big nose.
Oh yeah, no, they got it, but at the same time, it's just I think because everybody just has a unique face, and sometimes I feel like it's weird to really get such a specific thing right. I think he looks good, but my mom was saying that she's like, oh, this Clinton is ugly. I was like, I mean, I don't know if there was any perfect way they were gonna make the face look exactly like him, but I thought I'm liking it though. It's good.
Yeah, I think Sarah Paulson's amazing as on the trip.
Yeah, she's so good on it so far. Yeah.
Like, just the way she changed everything. She changed the way she walks. And she walks like hunchback and kind of like
yeah.
It's a great performance. But I still think John Goodman should have played with the trip. You ever see Saturday Night Live?
What are you saying?
You ever see Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. When they had John Goodman. Yeah.
Monica Willis.
Speaking of Sarah Paulson, she said this might be her last season of American Horror Story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best seasons too. She gives up.
She's awesome in that show too.
Yeah, Karen.
Yeah, I love when after he takes the pill and she runs into him at the supermarket and she's like, you fucking took it, didn't you? You should have done that, you fuckface.
Yeah, so over the top.
I like Beanie Feldstein. She's good too.
Yes.
Like she's doing as good as she could do with that character. Because I feel like that's a character where she could be hateable. And like they could make her an easy target. And I think she's putting as much like she plays it like a very naive young girl.
Yeah, no, she's playing. Yeah, it's like a 23-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and because like she's like, oh, I'm gonna tell you everything about my boyfriend, and he was this and that, and it's like you're like, don't do that. That's just so stupid. And you're just telling this random woman you just work with because she just wants to talk. She'll talk to you every now and then. I mean, I don't know.
That show
I like it though.
Yeah, that show basically heightens the saying. There's three ways of communicating a message: telephone, telegram, and tell a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
But who is what's Robin's name from How I Met Your Mother? What's that?
Kobe Smulders.
Yeah, she's good as Aunt Coulter. I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you mention like I can see Betty Gilpin doing it though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I like Kobe Smolder, but I can see it. Like they both do. I feel like Betty Gilpin would do it in a more intense way, I guess. She feels but I like Kobe Smolder so far in that part.
Yeah, she's got like because Coulter has that very distinct voice.
Yeah,
And I think she got it perfectly.
yeah.
Do we see more of Edie Falco as Hillary in the second episode?
Not yet. So
Not yet. Okay.
I'm waiting for that because like there's a preview in the preview like she's throwing something at Bill. I'm like that's when she goes all Carmela on Bill.
Oh, yeah.
It's about the orange juice.
I said no pulp. This is some pulp.
Fuck you, Tony. Yeah.
About the makings of a varsity athlete.
Yep. Yeah, is impeachment, is that up on Hulu?
No, you got to watch it.
Oh yeah,
FX.
it's not on Hulu.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? So I won't be able to watch it.
Yeah.
I watched the first
Annoying.
one. The
Annoying.
first one, that was it. I do want to see the rest of them, but
I'll
it's,
get it for us.
Okay.
I'll send it to you when I get it.
Yeah. The only thing that creeps me out about is Clive Owen doesn't look anything like Bill Clinton. His prosthetics look weird.
Yeah,
His voice sounds good though. It's Bill.
yeah. The voice. He has the voice. It's really good.
Oh, Hillary, Monica. It was a really bad impression.
It wasn't that bad. You got like smooth quietness to the voice.
Did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Also, without Norm Macdonald, that's a blow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Totally unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering we didn't know he had cancer for a long
Nobody
time.
did. I guess he didn't want to share it with anybody. Didn't
I
want
get
people
that.
feeling sorry for him, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always know him as Turd Ferguson.
Yeah.
The hat.
Uh,
That's funny.
I remember one time I referred to someone as a Turd Ferguson, and they didn't know what I meant, so I had to explain it.
Yeah.
It was Celebrity Jeopardy with Will
yeah,
Ferrell.
Yes.
I was gonna say, yeah, that
Burt
stands out
Reynolds.
to me.
Or
And where
Reynolds.
he acted like he was like Quentin Tarantino and like the behind the scenes clip of what like Star Wars and I can't remember the exact skit, but he did some funny stuff with that. SNL stuff was great.
I remember they had Sean Connery on what was it, the SNL, and he's like, "I'll take horse semen for 400." And he's like, "Horse semen, horse semen."
He's like, the rapist for 400, Alex. That is the therapist. And you're an idiot. But I was like, yeah, Burt Reynolds on there. Norm Macdonald,
Yeah.
he's funny. I'll take the condom thing for 8,000. That's condiments.
SNL was actually worth watching. Yeah.
Yeah. They were talking about his SNL days about how he got fired. Apparently,
The
I think it
OJ
was when he was
jokes.
doing Weekend Update. Yeah, he was doing OJ jokes, and somebody
Oh,
on the cast was saying, stop. You got to quit doing that. He didn't stop.
you got to watch it on YouTube. There's a whole
I watched some of them today.
funny of like Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like there was one like in the 95, like some space mission and some woman went up to like space. And he's like, oh yeah, first one, when we came up to space, and she came back, and the first person she called was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton congratulated her. And he's like, you're the first woman in space. Could you not be the last? And they showed a picture of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, his kind of humor's he's funny. One of
The
a
story,
kind.
yeah. I know we were share stories, but my favorite story of Norm Macdonald is when I think I heard Howard Stern. He was on SNL and Clooney was guest hosting. This was like the late 90s when Clooney was hot in ER and everything.
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
He was there, when Clooney was on set, all the women were fawning over him and all the guys were like looking up to him. But Norm Macdonald's not like that. Norm Macdonald, he's a straight shooter, and that's what I liked about him. So Clooney was going around telling this joke. All the girls were laughing and giggling. All the guys were laughing. So he comes up and tells this joke, and Norm Macdonald's like, "Yeah, this joke was terrible." He tells me the joke, and he does the punchline, and Norm Macdonald just stands there and says to Clooney, "Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna walk over there now," and just left Clooney.
Yeah, he did not give a fuck who you were. Yeah, if you were funny, he'd laugh, but yeah, it's not gonna laugh just because you're George Clooney.
I remember it was a joke. Somebody shared it on Twitter where it was like, "Oh, #1 on Billboard is Good by Better Than Ezra at #1, and then at #2, Ezra."
Oh,
Wow.
I loved
Oh,
I love
Norm.
Norm and Billy Madison.
Dirty Work. Oh yeah, Billy
Dirty Work
Madison,
too.
for sure.
Yeah, Dirty Work.
Yeah.
I remember seeing
Dirty Work.
seeing,
Yeah, it's good.
seeing that in theater. But Billy Madison.
Billy
What day
Madison.
what day is it? October. Like he's just like the drunken buffoon friend,
Yeah.
hanging out at the pool.
Never grew up. Just
Never
hung out
grew
with
up.
Billy.
They're like their 40s, hanging out.
it's Mutant Magazine Day. Yeah.
And yeah, obviously the dead hooker in the trunk. I know a dead hooker when I see one. Oh man, that is hilarious.
Who would eat a bag of lunches, and then it just quick cuts to Chris Farley and him eating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he laugh like?
I always remember it was when they used, I think they probably edited it out now, but there was a joke on SNL when I don't know if he was on Weekend Update or something. It might have been like a stand-up bit, but he would talk about how, oh, jail, it's so good. You get a free meal, you get a warm shower, you have a lot of people to spend time with. But the only thing that keeps it from being a really great experience is it's the ass rape. The ass rape is the thing that keeps it from being good.
That's funny.
And then I was watching because I was watching something early because I knew we were going to talk about this. They had him host because he had a podcast on YouTube at one point, and it was like a comedy show that they were doing. And there was one part where he's like interviewing Sarah Silverman, because Sarah Silverman had like some YouTube channel, and she's like, "Oh, tell me what Jash is." I'm gonna try and do a Norman impression. So it's like, "So Jash, tell me what Jash is." My producer, he's telling me Daniel Kellison, he's telling me what Jash is. I want you to explain it. We have a bet and you're gonna explain it to me. And so she's like, "Oh well, Jash, it's it's a I don't know how to say it. It's a YouTube." He's like, "Pay up, motherfucker." and she's like, "Oh no, Jash, it's a comedy collective of all these people, and you can get on this YouTube channel with all these different videos." Like, that sounds like some comedy, gobbledygook stuff. And then they had like a magician on before a show, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put some wine and some alcohol in a glass." And then he's like, the thing just explodes. So he's like, "Hold this thing." And then this lady holds it, Jenny Slate. And she's like, "Okay, hold this." And it just breaks. And he's like, "We've got a fucking sorcerer here." So this is what happens when you bring a sorcerer. I didn't know we were going to bring a fucking sorcerer here.
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about that show he did.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're like, yeah, that was like his best stuff, and hardly anybody saw it.
It was really good. I kept up with it like the first two seasons, and then the third one he wasn't as consistent with it. So I kind of lost track with it, but it was like good because it was very attuned to his style. It was just he just like find some comedians, they just talk about stuff, and then it was just like it was just like how like podcast. So it was just like he fits very well to that style because it was just him just talking. My favorite episode though is he had Super Dave Osborne on for the first episode, and it just and the thing is the whole like bit is just he doesn't know how a show works. Norm Macdonald, he has like this other guy is his sidekick, so the whole time he's like, "Okay, let's just do jokes," and it's like such a mess, but that's kind of the whole structure intentionally. It's like the whole time Super Dave Osborne's like, "What are you doing? You're doing this show for 3 people. You should have a show on a network. You're here. What are you doing?" And he's like, and then the sidekick is like, "Okay," like he's like, "Oh, Norm told me I gotta ask you this question. Where do you get your jokes from?" Like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "You can't have him do this fucking thing again. I'm not coming all the way from Santa Monica to do this show. This one took me an hour. I couldn't come, and I'm not doing this again. Don't ask me to do this bullshit again." And Norm is just like, "No, he's just asking you a question." He's like, "No, don't ever ask me to do this thing. I'm not doing this ever again." And then so the sidekick is like, "Oh, so where'd you get your jokes from?" He's like, and then Norm is like, "You didn't answer his question." He's like, "I got it from a Ralph's. I got it from Ralph's department store. That's where I got my jokes from. And don't ever ask me to do this bullshit again. Yeah.
He was on Conan one time, and this is back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, I know the one you're talking
Courtney
about.
Thorne-Smith.
Courtney Thorne-Smith. Yeah.
So Courtney Thorne-Smith was promoting a movie where she was with Carrot Top. It was called
Chairman of the Board.
Chairman of the Board.
Yeah.
Chairman of the Board, and I was like, is board spelled B-O-R-E-D?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the other? Oh, I just there was a running joke I always remember on his podcast where, because like the one thing that happened, like, because I think it was probably because of the cancer, he had gained some weight. Because what had happened was there would be this running joke where they'd be like, "Oh, you're gaining weight. Like, what happened?" It's like, "Are you doing okay?" And then he was like, "No, I'm gaining weight for a role." And they'd be like, "What role are you gaining weight for?" And he's like, "I don't know."
I don't know.
Yeah, but the jokes, I liked how that show had like that podcast had like a good bit where they would just do random jokes. Sometimes they weren't working, but they just like shoot off stuff. And then like, "Oh, here's our guest, just read off this thing." And then it'll just be like a bunch of random stuff that they'll just say. And like, I really wanted that show to do better. And I would try and give you, like, I remember on the old days of Movie Fan Central on Joe Blow, I'd be like putting in clips, and I'd be like, "Okay, you guys gotta watch this video." Like, I'm sure people watch it, I don't know, but I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna get him more exposure." In my mind, I was like, I'm gonna make him a star. It's gonna spread to everywhere. Like, in my mind, I wanted to believe it. I didn't. I knew, like, kind of wasn't gonna go anywhere. I don't know, but because that show was not consistent. He would do a bunch of them, and he had a lot of good interviews. Like one time, I remember he had he had one with Adam Sandler, and that was a really good interview because that was just them talking about SNL for like an hour. And it's like a really good interview because Adam Sandler just talking like, "Okay, I like doing these movies. I'm going on vacation," and then he's like, "Yo, you got to go back to SNL." And I mean, of course he did, but it's like a really good interview where they're just talking like old friends and stuff like that. And
Did he ever host SNL?
Norm Macdonald?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in '99, I think. He came back, after he got
came
fired.
back to host after Dirty Work, I think, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't remember that episode. I think, though, they did have him do the news again. They let him do Weekend Update again for that episode, if I remember. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back on YouTube and watch some old clips.
Yeah.
No, of that stuff.
I like what was that movie with Dave Chappelle, Screwed? I watched that a lot. I own it. So and it would be on cable. I used to watch that one a lot. He was good in that too.
They used to show it on Comedy Central a lot.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, like I used to watch it so much. I just always remember the part when Dave Chappelle is like, "Don't trust because someone in that movie thinks there's a black guy named Chip. It's George Jefferson, and he plays a guy named Chip, and he's like, I remember never trust a black man named Chip." Yeah, he was always funny. He was always good at that specific time. I don't think anybody's gonna do that specific thing he did. It's hard, and people try, but yeah, he nailed it. And it's like that was like, to hear what happened, that like really hit hard. That it was like I was like shocked because he was still doing stuff even during the quarantine, like little videos on like YouTube here and there. But I was like, no, I never thought he would die. I was like, no, he just seems like one of those guys who's just gonna be around forever.
It's similar to Chadwick Boseman a little bit because he never said he was diagnosed with the illness.
Yeah. 9 years.
That's the way to do it, honestly. Just continue to
keep
look
it.
on.
Yeah, they keep it private. Because they said he had leukemia too. And I know that is it's has to be rough to go through that. They said only his like family and friends, like the closest like friends and family knew about it. Like I can't imagine 9 years to go through that. It has to be tough. Yeah.
Definitely heartbreaking for sure.
Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, absolutely. Big part of my childhood. I'm gonna miss that dude. Cheers, Norm.
Cheers. Norm.
Cheers.
We'll get some hookers in your honor.
I'll find some.
You're gonna find plenty down there in Florida.
Oh, I was about to say that.
It's so easy to make a joke about Florida. I've been watching a ton of stuff lately, a lot of TV and movies. Obviously, What If on Disney Plus has been pretty good. The last one was okay with Killmonger and Iron Man. It's probably my least favorite of the season.
But I still liked it.
I liked it, but it was my least favorite of the season.
Especially after the Doctor Strange one and the zombie one, yeah.
Yeah. I finished Outer Banks on Netflix. It's pretty good. I was telling you guys about the treasure hunt show. It's like a modern Goonies kind of thing. Candyman, the new one, just watched that. We talked about that. Malignant. Impeachment, Don't Breathe 2 was pretty good. I enjoyed that. And I was telling you guys about that show on Hulu, Only Murders in the Building, which is really great with
Yeah, it's good.
Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Martin
They're hilarious.
Short.
They're really great. And then
Yeah.
Selena Gomez, I'm not familiar. I know who she is, but I've never seen anything or heard her music or anything.
Yes. She's a teen pop star.
Yeah.
She was in the last Woody Allen movie that they released.
Uh-huh.
Dating, I forgot what it was called.
Was it a rainy day in New York or something like that?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And she was good. And I'm like, oh, like she can actually do comedy. Now, like what you're saying, I kind of want to watch the show now because I love Steve Martin.
And they're short, by the way. They're like a half an hour. So
Yeah,
oh wow, they're short.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking it too. It's a nice like breezy watch. But I love Martin Short, and Martin Short is really funny.
He's so good.
He's so good.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's wearing a wig or something on it, but it looks kind of weird. But he's hilarious. And Steve
Yeah.
So it's a premise. They're like solving murders or what?
Yeah. Basically, they're true crime podcast enthusiast fans, and then this murder happens in their apartment building, which is Arconia. I don't know if that's a real apartment building in New York. Kevin may know. Arconia, but yeah, I guess it's supposed to be some really nice apartment place. But anyway, somebody ends up getting killed, and they're investigating it, trying to figure out who killed their neighbor. It's 7 episodes for the season, but 5 are only up currently to watch. It comes out each Tuesday, so the final 2 will be out this Tuesday and the week after. But yeah, it's really good. You can knock it out.
Yeah, I'm checking out. I'm gonna check out. I started watching America's Got Talent again. It's been a while. I'm watching American Horror Story, obviously.
Yeah.
And What If is really good right now. And I wanted to show you guys this. I went to a yard sale in Pompano, and this guy sold me some What If comics. He had like a whole box, and he's like, you can have them for like $1 each. So I'm like, awesome. So hopefully, I gave him my number. Hopefully he delivers on it. But yeah, I never read the What If comics before.
I didn't even know they existed. That's cool.
Yeah, and then this one is What If Professor X of the X-Men had become the Juggernaut. So there's like,
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be one I'd want to read right there.
yeah. So I'm hoping he sends me a text or something. I'll send him a text, but I do want to read the What If comics now because I never read them before until I started watching it. But I love What If. I love the Doctor Strange episode.
Yeah, it was excellent.
I started watching. Well, I finished watching Prison Break. I've never seen that show before, and Hulu had the whole thing, so we started watching. That show's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but it's fun. I don't know, like they barely got to like they stretched that out way too thin. But that should have been maybe a 1 or 2 season thing, because it's by the 3rd season it gets kind of rough. Because they're in Panama, it's like, oh well, we're out of prison. Then they're not in prison. Then they're out of prison. Then they're in prison again. And it's an entertaining show to watch. And then I started watching on Amazon, Sneaky Pete. I don't know if anybody's heard of this show.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah,
and he's
good.
like a con man, and he like pretends to be this family's like the cousin. That show's good. I think the first season is the best, but it stays good, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, by season 2, you're kind of stretching the concept, but
yeah,
I still like it. It's an entertaining watch. And then I watched the Spike Lee in 9/11 documentary. the COVID thing he did. That one was very good. I highly recommend it. It's 4 parts, and it's like each episode is like 2 hours long, like almost 2 hours long, and it's like everything that happened with COVID in New York, and then he talks about 9/11. He talks to a lot of the survivors. He talks to like a lot of the people that were working behind the scenes, like the government officials and stuff like that. That documentary, like that was a really like big standout. It's a bummer to watch like after a while, because I mean the stories you hear, like it doesn't matter what you hear about like what happens. It's rough what happened to a lot of people on 9/11.
Yeah.
And the stuff that's going on now with COVID, but how they try and tie in a lot of stuff that's going on, and it's very much like, oh, how New York, you guys come together, and no matter what, and then it's really nice to see like how like see people just trying to come together, having all these issues, and trying to do the best to make a better world and stuff like that. But it's on HBO, so it's definitely worth a watch, because I was really into it. And then I watched I watched the Wu-Tang Clan documentary on Showtime, because they had like a 4-part thing. Yeah, that one was good. I was really into that one. I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest Wu-Tang Clan fan. I haven't listened to old songs, but I knew like most of the big stuff. And it's just like them just talking about like how they got started and how like they
Forever.
Yeah.
There's another Wu-Tang. I think it's a movie with actors, but it's like a Wu-Tang.
It's a Hulu show.
Hulu, right?
Yeah. I need to start that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This one is just a documentary though, and it's just like them talking about how they got famous, but like it's really good because everybody's just very interested, like personalities to watch, and I think they did a good job of like not stretching out the story. Like, and it what I like is because it's it's not on like some network. It's just a thing on Showtime. Like it felt like real, like very authentic, like how they're telling their story, and how like you do like understand like where they come from, and how like of course there's the time when the success got to their head and stuff like that. And it's definitely, that's another one that was definitely worth a watch so far. Yeah.
Armando, just going back to what you said with the 9/11 HBO Max, don't they have something on Netflix with Michael Keaton and 9/11?
Oh, Worf. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it was good.
I'm gonna check that out too, actually.
Yeah, I need to watch that one too. I want to see it.
Yeah, a lot of the same things you guys mentioned I'm watching too. American Horror Story has been great. The 5 episodes that have aired, really been into this season. I mentioned before I started watching Cult. I think it's the 7th season.
Yeah,
something like 7th season. I've been into that so far. It's really cool. Playing off the election in 2016, all the fears going on with that. I didn't know they were going to be like the clowns and that, so I was surprised by that, and surprised to see Twisty show up in the beginning there. That was cool to see a callback to old Twisty the clown. And then a show that I can't remember who mentioned it quite a while ago when it premiered on HBO Max, White Lotus. I watched that and enjoyed it. I recommended it to Logan. He hated it. Which I can see why, because the characters are all scummy, but that's the point. It's
I like that one too. I think Bob was watching.
Somebody else liked it. Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was different. Yeah, the characters are definitely all terrible.
Yeah,
but it's like a satire on the rich, and So
yeah, I didn't think about that. That's the whole point. I like all the actors and actresses, but I didn't like any of their characters. But that's the point. But yeah, I didn't care for it.
Did you like Armand? He was always doing coke and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That was the character I could relate to.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this day.
Yeah. His character was pretty awesome. Yeah, I hadn't seen him act before. Has he been in anything else? I haven't seen that actor.
He was apparently on Looking. That was like an HBO show. I didn't see it. But he's like an Australian actor, apparently.
Yeah.
Murray Barnett, I think. Murray Barnett, I think is his name, or Bartlett, something like that.
Bartlett,
but, Bartlett, yeah.
But I thought it was interesting. Apparently, they shot a lot of it during COVID too.
Yeah,
which is why, the whole Hawaii thing. So all those actors flew out there, and then I guess they had to come back too. They had to pause production. I think they had to fly back for some reshoots. But yeah, I got picked up for a second season, and the creator, Mike White, the guy that wrote it, says it's going to be a different location, different characters, but he said, maybe we'll see some people from the first season come back. So
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was different, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd describe it. It kind of felt like sort of like in a way like American Beauty, kind of like
Yeah.
I
kind
can
of
see
gave me
that.
that kind of vibe. Yeah.
I like the Mike White's other show too. He had Enlightened with Laura Dern. That show was good too. Like it had the same kind of tone to it, like very slow burn, and then eventually like everything goes crazy at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like and that was kind of a satire too. But like I knew, I was like, okay, I know Mike White, like this is his style, so I'm not gonna say, oh, that's gonna. I understand it's not everybody's thing, but I just like the way like everything just kind of kept slowly revealing itself. And I like the Alexander Daddario's husband. I forget that guy's name, but that guy was an asshole. But he does it so well. Because I was like, okay, this guy, like he's like a male Karen to me.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, why are we getting the hotel room that we paid for?
Always complaining, and she's just like, just let it go. Fuck,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the ending too, because in the beginning episode, they allude to who the body is. So you're like, oh
yeah, and
let's find out how that happens, and then it turns out it's not.
Yeah.
He's like
a nice surprise.
He plays like such a bro. We call him bros.
Yeah.
You know, like the flip flops and the polo shirts and people
salmon colored shirt.
Yeah. The slapping fives in the bar.
His mom was Molly Shannon. That was cool to see her.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yep.
And I thought Jennifer Coolidge was good in that, like her role, like just being like this grieving old rich lady who,
Stifler's
can't get
mom?
over her mom's death. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know her name.
Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge.
There was that one part when they go on the boat and then like, oh, we're gonna put my ashes on you. That part was so crazy.
Yeah.
And then when the husband he like goes to meet Armand in that one part, like when he's with the other guy that works in the hotel, I was like, okay, they're going really far. I was like, it's HBO, so I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. That part was insane. And he was just so happy. I was like, I'm gonna get him fired.
Pretty wild, but I'm trying to think of any. Just following with What If and reviewing a bunch of horror movies coming up. Nothing else new. Oh, I'm gonna check out that new Clint Eastwood movie that just premiered on HBO Max. Cry Macho.
Oh yeah,
check that out. See how it is. 92, I think he is still directing. So give it a shot.
Oh yeah.
His last movie was The Mule, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. Yeah. And I still haven't watched that.
I like The Mule.
Good?
Yeah, I love that movie. Because that movie they just Clint Eastwood being old and just acting like a curmudgeon for most of it, and then he's like, "I'll deal drugs, I guess," and then he just says something racist, and it's funny to watch. But I like that movie.
Apparently, with Cry Macho, he's been sitting on this for like 40 years. He went to make it back when he was in his 50s, and he's like, "I'm not old enough yet." So he's been sitting on this for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
I remember The Mule. I do like that movie, but just thinking there was one part where I'm like, these guys are the cartels, and he's kind of just saying whatever he wants to them and just treating them any kind of way. And I'm like, in real life, they just straight up shoot the old guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that part was pretty ridiculous.
There's a line in the movie where he's like, if I want to eat a pork sandwich, I'm going to eat a pork sandwich. Yeah, but I forgot about that movie, Henry. Actually, that's another one to put on the list.
Yeah. HBO Max, and it's in theaters too.
No, I'll just watch it at home, honestly.
I know. I don't really know anybody who'd rush out to the theater to see it, but there are some big Clint Eastwood fans out there. Older generations, obviously.
I'm watching, I saw Snake Eyes. Did anyone see Snake Eyes?
No.
Haven't seen
Can I just say one thing and then I'll let you go, Kevin?
Yeah.
When I went to see Shang-Chi, I said, one ticket for Shang-Chi. And the lady who was trying to help me, who works there, she's like, is that the karate movie? And I said, yes. And then she said, okay, one ticket for Snake Eyes. And I said, no, Shang-Chi.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
they're wet. Yeah.
It was all right. It's not going to go anywhere. You know, it flopped.
So are they gonna
Yeah.
reboot it again, like a third GI Joe?
Probably.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. It was a mindless action movie. Then I watched this movie called Shiva Baby. Has anyone ever heard of that one?
Yeah.
I haven't
She's
seen.
good.
I heard about it. I haven't seen
It was
it.
good.
I love
Okay.
that movie. Yeah, she's my favorite.
Yeah,
actress,
it's basically, if you guys don't know, it's about a girl who's just like a mess, and she's Jewish, and she goes to a shiva, which is basically just you honor the dead, you bring food and everything, and she's having an affair with one of the guys who's married. The girl from Glee's in it, Diana Agron, I think her name is.
Yeah.
Wait, Quinn in it, yeah.
Mhm.
It was good. It was short. It was like an hour and 15 minutes. It was a very
Yeah.
short movie. I liked it.
Okay.
And what else?
I actually have a poster of that movie from the 70s.
What's up?
I actually have a poster of Sheba Baby from the 1970s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to a flea market and it was like an authentic 70s poster, and I'm like, holy grail.
Yeah, do it. And I'm watching the thing with Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac. Obviously, didn't see episode 2.
Oh yeah. I watched that too. It was good.
Yeah, it's acting. It's an acting.
That's all it is. Exactly.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
It's good.
I like them, and they were in A Most Violent Year, which is one of my favorite movies.
Mhm. Yeah, really good movie. I like that movie.
They're great together. They're good. They're very, very good duo.
So are the episodes like examining their relationship at like different points in time?
Well, it just started last week. I saw the first
okay.
episode, and two big things happened in the episode, just basically contributing to their relationship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But, I'll let you guys know the next episode where it goes.
I was gonna say I watched the original because I watched the Swedish version, and it seems like they changed it a little bit because it's the same thing, but it's just literally just two people talking. This one I was surprised, like there's actually people like they're showing outside and stuff like that, because it was for Swedish TV, and the original is just literally like they're following it pretty much the same kind of structure of it, which is interesting. And
I like how they began it. Like you see, just
that was cool.
Yeah. So what they do is they have the first shot of the whole series is they follow. You see, it's obviously Jessica Chastain is the redhead.
Yeah.
And she sits on like the I think it was a window ledge. She's sitting on.
Window ledge. Yeah.
And you see people like fixing her face, and they're like, "Okay, Jessica, you good? Yeah, I'm good. And then it's like, okay, 3, 2, 1, and then it goes right into the series. I thought it was like a very different way to start a series.
Yeah.
But it's good so far.
Yeah. Very good.
That's all I'm watching.
Jason Statham won for Ted Lasso.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Oh, you know what? We also have to mention Michael K. Williams passing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, that sucks.
Yeah.
He's
So
putting
bad,
out
man.
a
He was
Madonna
great.
Music video, just going back to Madonna. I think that's where he got his start from.
Really? Oh wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Harry, he was in Sopranos.
Yeah, he was in that episode, season 3 finale, right?
Yeah. He's where he hides out, Jackie.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And
Yep.
he was in Lovecraft Country.
Yep. He was.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
up for an Emmy for Lovecraft. I don't know if he won.
Yeah.
I don't think he
know.
did.
Yeah,
that would have
so.
been Evan Peters that won that Best Supporting.
The other girl from Mayor won too. It says, what's her name? Julianne Nicholson. So Evan Peters won, and then the other girl that played Mayor's friend won the Emmy.
Oh.
Let's see, scroll through there. But yeah, Michael K. Williams, man, he was fucking awesome.
Omar.
I'm really gonna miss him. Yeah, Omar from The Wire, obviously.
Yep.
Pretty much everything that he was in, I love. Chalky White, from
Chalky.
Boardwalk Empire.
Excellent.
Man, sucks. That wraps up this episode, number 124 of the Cinephellas podcast. Fellas, it's been a blast talking about the latest movies, TV shows, everything we're looking forward to coming up in the last couple months of the year. We covered a lot of things in this. We talked about some movies that we all saw together, covered Malignant, some of the newer releases, American Horror Story we're all really enjoying. We'll see how that changes coming up on the next podcast. We'll be able to discuss the second part of that. The first part is Red Tide, and the second part, I believe, is Death Valley. Yep. So we'll cover that on the next podcast, and we'll be in October for the next podcast. So we'll have to think of some horror related questions this time to, maybe cast ourselves in a horror movie. We'll think of something creative for the next one. But yeah, we have a lot of things to talk about coming up. Obviously, stay tuned to our YouTube channel. We're going to be covering more episodes of What If, more movies coming out. There's a lot of movies and TV shows coming out in October, so we'll be busy talking about those. So stay tuned. With that being said, we are all wrapped up here for episode 124. I've been Henry Hill.
And I've been Niall. Oh, no, Black Doug, excuse me.
Armando Venegas.
Kev.
And I'm Rachel Miller.
And until the next Cinephellas podcast, what do we like to say, boys? Cheers!
God bless this coffee. And God bless y'all. Y'all have a good night.